all the signs. All they do is they just shape them a little different. What's that?
Crazy day.
Yeah. And then they can write it all off and do the signs instead of having to pay.
I thought I was being smart because I know what they're doing with the roads.
You do too much.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave that for you.
Yeah. We'll try to move this forward. All right, call to order the Community Appearance Board meeting for February 5th to order. Call roll. Jumper.
Here.
Mr. Edens.
Here.
Ms. Booth.
Here.
Mr. Durham.
Here.
Mr. Ara.
Here.
Mr. Hubbard.
Here.
Mr. Nezra.
Here.
I'm here, and Ms. Gordon is absent. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the January 15th meeting?
Yes, sir. Motion to approve.
Is there a motion, Mr. Edens? Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Booth. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. New business, we did the oath of office for Ms. Dara. Modifications to the agenda.
Yeah, we'll roll through them. On the second page of signs, number 10, last minute withdrawn by staff for Captain Benjamin's. Going down to number 16, 17, and 18, all withdrawn by staff. Go to the third page, number 23, Lucas Pizza, withdrawn by staff. Building permits, number 4, Meadows Edge, withdrawn. And the fourth page here, number 9, Carolina Social Brewers, withdrawn. Place Suites by Marriott, the applicant withdrew themselves. And then number 14, 20th Avenue County were withdrawn. Just for note, last 3 items are all concession.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to move the election of officers up to the top of the agenda, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion, Mr. Edens, second, Mr. Jumper. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, so we'll do any nominations for chairman.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Mr. Myrtle, Chairman.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Durham. Mr. Nezra. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Vice chairman?
Make a motion to nominate Mr. Mayor Chair.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second that.
Second, Mr. Hubbard. Any other nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Keep it the same. There we go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Another year of servitude. Bird sign permit applications. First up, Bassett. Name for the record.
Brendan Fiasco Signs.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. This one is replace the J and K on the back on 17 with Bassett letters. Also add Bassett letters on the front, which is the Oak Street or Oak Forest Lane side. Remove the J and K off of the front entrance side, and then install a new monument sign with halo lit letters and EMC Center. And the brick would match the facade, the brick of the
Water
building
table.
itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to make sure that the repairs are made where the old sign was. And
Old
the-
sign will come down,
new will
repairs made
install.
and repainted, correct.
So that is a reader board or a?
Yes, yeah, EMC Center, yep.
sign? I just, the only cross issue I might have is no one on that street or down that area has it, and it just throws it off. That's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm assuming you have it flushed, or is it gonna be sticking out
Flush inside the cabinet.
inside?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's one of my issues that I would have with it.
And
It's a very tall, narrow,
Yeah.
skinny sign.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Has no mass to it.
And if we should approve it, we need to address the landscaping at the base. Or lack thereof.
Should we split it?
I think so.
Motion to split the freestanding monument sign from the rest of the sign.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Hubbard, second, Mr. Edens, to split. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, take the building signage first
Motion to approve?
with the repairs to the side.
Yes, sir.
All right,
I'll second.
second, Mr. Jumper. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, freestanding sign.
The landscape is a viable landscape now. It is obviously dead plants because of the winter, but they do anticipate going back and adding more plants around it, low covering height plants around the base. That is one of their requests that they were going to do.
Okay.
Would you be opposed if you'd like the message center to go with a changeable board instead? Would that be okay?
I don't know why you need one for,
Yeah.
no matter what's on that sign, to be honest, but like I said, other than Home Depot and Walmart, I'm trying to think, I don't think anybody else even has a freestanding sign through there.
The mattress store next door has one. It's a 3-tenant mattress store, good feet, and
No reader board though, right?
no reader board, no.
And it's small, it's shorter than what you got for just a single tenant.
Mhm.
So I think the message board kind of needs to be removed, lower static face, like the rest, like that one is.
I think the sign would be okay without the reading board, yeah. And then just bring it down, similar to the other sign next door.
Sure.
Basically, you have 24 inches from red to red, same height base.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Is that
So,
right?
We'll take it from
Is it a
6
2
foot
foot?
to 4 foot, plus the base, whatever that height is at the moment.
That sounds good.
I'll make a motion accordingly.
Second?
All right, motion, Mr. Jerem, to make with the modifications. Second, Mr. Edens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
The 2-foot top from bar to bar with channel letters back up the way they are,
Yes.
Yes.
to match the same as the one next door.
Yes.
Okay.
36-inch up.
They're just saying-
Same height base that you're at now.
Yeah, it's just,
You're just taking the reader board.
this
out.
was mocked up at, just like the other one,
Yeah.
obviously added on with the reader board space.
That's perfect.
Because the builder built the same building, so
Okay.
it's the same stuff.
To be consistent, great.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Thanks much.
All right. Walmart? Again?
Oh, you didn't tell me you were coming. Do you want to come out?
Names for the
I
record.
heard-
Landscaping and they-
Why am I here if you're here?
Understood.
That's interesting.
Names for the record?
Brandon? Brandon Mouse?
Y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. So I get, there was other people here to do this Walmart thing, but I didn't think he was coming, so they sent me up here. But they wanted to change out the flex faces to the new logo, but then I guess you guys said that they couldn't without updating the sign. So since the sign is grandfathered in, if they wanted, say this flex face has a tear in it or it's dirty and dingy and they want to put new ones in, you won't let them do that?
Has to be that exact same logo.
It can't, okay, so since it's changing without the star, then, okay, so that, I was just asking that. So, the new proposed, what they have here is, it's a textured box, it's, I don't know why yours has that shrubbery on it. So, under here, it's gonna be all the brickwork and that concrete slab on top, and then this will be like a metal box to hide that. And it's, they said it's textured. That's the option one that they have before you guys.
Stucco.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the challenge we've been having with this sign is the height of that, I'm gonna call it the base underneath the sign cabinet and the lack of design to it. We referenced kind of the Home Depot on the other side, so, this is our third, fourth attempt at this.
And I have to say, it's pretty similar to the previous, I mean, there's not much variation here. I know that the structure of.
The previous one they
the face-
pitched already?
Yeah.
Correct. I think
Wasn't that a bunch of bricks textured in it?
There's been 2 or 3 now.
I think the,
The push-through is definitely an improvement. on
Yes, they did
the
have the
face of
push through in
it.
the face.
I think the challenge here is, like you said,
So-
It
For
doesn't
me,
need
I
to be
would-
16 foot.
No,
I
it's
would
not.
generally be fine with this design if
Yeah.
that middle cabinet, instead of 8'6", was brought down to maybe 4
4.
foot.
Yeah,
Which would
agreed.
give you an overall height of 12-ish.
And maybe the brick of the water table, maybe it needs to come up a little bit, and maybe the other needs to come down. Proportion-wise, it would look better, because the bottom part's
So,
covered up with landscaping
Are you
anyway.
talking about extending this portion
No,
down?
no, we're talking about reducing the overall height by
Yeah.
reducing the size of that middle cabinet. You said you had a different option, you said this is option A, is there another one?
Yes, this is option one, and then the next one, you guys should have.
No, that was the,
This is, they told me last resort,
Yeah.
if they,
I think this
Yeah.
one.
Last resort. Our reputation
Our
precedes us.
pancakes. Downgrading.
one?
No,
Okay.
push through better.
Did they already pitch this one?
We pitched this one.
Okay, they said no, and that this is what's left.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the other option on that, all they sent you would be the pan face or the push-through letters, acrylic letters.
What is the height of the Home Depot sign?
I want to say they're between around 14-ish.
Yeah, but the Home Depot has identification on their building, but it does not have what y'all have as an identification of Walmart throughout the
Right.
building.
Yes.
That was the argument when y'all came back for the redesign of that building and repainting of the building, because y'all have identification throughout the whole complex.
Between the gas station, the
Liquor
uh,
store.
The gas station is
store,
not.
our
Yeah.
building.
Well, liquor
The
store.
gas station is not Walmart, it is a
Murphy's.
Murphy
Murphy's.
station, so.
Agreed. But
Okay.
you have it on
It
both
is-
sides of the
it is
building on the Walmart.
Yeah.
You have the automotive side, you have, you know, the pharmacies. I mean, all of these identifications we would not allow on a lot of the buildings throughout.
And plus, it's been there how many years?
Forever.
Yeah.
And the reality is that if this was designed in such a way that justified the need for a 16-foot sign, meaning if the monument structure itself was, you know, some sort of an appealing concept that required it to look tall, it's not that we're completely stringent saying you have to be at 8, 9, 10, 12 feet, and that's it. It's gotta be proportionate, it's gotta look good, and just have a giant box standing there 16 feet tall is just not going to work. So, and
Unnecessary.
I really felt that that came through last time, on the last revision, that sign needed to be a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more well-designed. And, you know, we pointed this, not because this is the best sign in the area or anything like that, but that really does have some effort put into 12 foot.
12C.
But once again, I think if you reduce the base of that
Yes.
down to that 5 foot, if my math was right, 4 foot.
4 foot would be
5
better.
foot and
4
the
foot
base.
would put you
12.
at the same height as Home Depot.
Yeah.
It makes that a little bit more proportional between
Yeah.
the bottom cabinet and the top cabinet. You still get to push through acrylic letters.
Yeah,
I
that's,
think you're kind of okay
Yeah,
at that point.
that's stuff.
And if they want to come back for a little bit more height, then that base has to have a lot more visual interest. And once again, I think if this Walmart was built today instead of 30 years ago out of CMU and was integrated in the community, it would be a much nicer looking Walmart
Yes.
like they do typically these days. So,
Right.
there's not a lot of appeal that we can point to the building to try to mimic feature-wise on that base, which is part of the challenge with this sign. So
Well,
if you're looking for approval and Walmart wants their new logo, I would kind of entertain a motion taking it down to 12 foot wide, removing the height out of the base under the sign.
I'll go ahead and put in a motion. I'd like to be a little more specific. We're gonna say that we're sticking with 3 courses, a 24-inch block base, 5-foot sign cabinet. No, the sign cabinet at the
Oh,
top.
yes.
The sign cabinet is 5 foot as presented. The 8-inch between them is okay, and then the remainder to make 12 foot is the cabinet.
And I would like the landscape to reflect what they have kind of shown here. Maybe
I
not,
don't think so.
well, not the tall shrub.
You don't want that.
No, I mean not
No,
the
just
tall
the
shrub,
shrubbery.
the ones at the
The
base.
base.
No, the tall shrub's ridiculous, it's just the base.
I'll second that.
All right, there's a motion from Mr. Benezra, there's a second from Mr. Hubbard. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
push-to version.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
All right, the yard gym. How are you doing? Name for the record.
Excuse me, Debbie Jenkins, Tyson Sign Company.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. So at the Market Commons, sort of behind Orvis, facing the park on Nevers, is going to be a new gym. And I misunderstood. Our submittal was a little bit of a miscommunication. They want to paint the building, but that's next meeting. But today, I wanted you to look at signs.
What color are they going to be proposing to paint the building, out of curiosity, because
They're
that
gonna
might impact my sign
propose-
comment.
They're going to propose to you to paint this building black.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that.
And then you put the crisp white,
Good.
all white channel letters on it, and the black and white push-through blade sign on the corner.
Ooh, that's ugly.
Yeah, so that's why we want to, so,
So it was like, oops, we submitted that, and then the staff asked us to prepare drawings for you quickly
for
of the
staff
beige.
clarification, there's a high chance, we pulled it because of the colors and the paint. There's a high chance they're not gonna get that because of the master plan and the color palette and freaks us out.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't relate to the sign quite a bit, because the suggestion that was gonna take place here was that that white vinyl in the front be a day-night vinyl, so the tray is black most of the time. But that changes drastically if the background is black.
Right. So in fact, years ago, over on DeVille Street, there was a black building for the Apple store. Y'all remember seeing that?
Yeah.
So, and then there's the Blue Crate Creation Cafe that I think looks pretty good. But anyway, that was our intent, so I apologize that I'm asking for you to look at this backwards. But
There's definitely a way to do black the right way, that,
Yeah.
but slapping black everywhere is.
That's, I mean,
I think you use it on
all of
that.
the architectural features on that building would kind of go away.
Go away completely.
yeah,
I think if
Can I
you-
get a motion to separate the blade sign from the
So moved.
building sign?
So moved.
Is there a second?
second.
Second, Ms. Booth, all in favor? Any opposed? So moved. Let's take the blade sign first, if you don't mind.
I mean, I think I would first say, I would probably put a motion to approve, but I think it's gonna now, at this point, correlate with the building and everything else that you
Yeah.
go. You can't sit there and approve both signs right now, knowing that they wanna paint this building black. Under good
Well,
money.
I see the chance of an all-black building pretty well.
I do
Yeah.
too, I
Right.
mean, I'm not arguing that point.
That's even before you
I
get against the.
I also think we have to take what's in front of us, and when the painting comes back, we have to consider the signage.
Yeah, but
to
that
the
also
paint
correlates
rather
with
than
the building signage. If you were gonna say, okay, if we approve the building sign, then it would correlate with this,
We kinda
and
need to
vice
see it-
versa.
We need to see it all at once.
I
Yeah, I
think
agree with
the reason I asked for the separation is I think the blade sign, no matter what the building color, could be fine, and it allows them to get a sign that makes it visible for them. I think the building sign needs to be continued until it comes back with the painting, because it will have a drastic effect on what that signage is.
The only question I have on the blade sign, if you don't mind, is it seems like the arms extending out are pretty long. Does it stick out past the curb? Is there a height issue there, or?
We've got our 9 foot of clearance.
You do,
And I
okay.
sized it to be
You got a
similar to the
landscape
next
bed
door
base.
neighbor. the
That's what I'm
CK
asking, does it
CK
cover that,
Cafe.
does it stick past that, or it's?
So it's 9 feet, Debbie, to the
9 foot of
underside?
clearance.
Okay.
And well within the square footage allowance, and similar in size to the next door
It's
neighbor.
nice, it's very nice.
I'll make a motion to approve the blade sign.
I'll second that.
Motion, Mr. Jerem, second, Mr. Renazra. All in favor on the blade sign?
All right.
Any opposed? So moved.
I do want to point out that this is, this gym is in other locations as well. I think when we consider the rest of the signage in the building color, I think the applicant needs to bring examples of other facilities that they've done and how they've applied their brand colors, which happen to be, well, say black, but it could be charcoal, it could be some tone on tone. There's ways to achieve that look. but not obviate all the architectural detail that's on this building covered with mildew now. But, so it can be an improvement, they can get their brand, but I think, I know you're not here for the color, Debbie, you're with the signs, but I think someone needs to communicate that to this client. There's a
I'll
way
do
to
that.
do it, and
I'll do that.
Yeah.
They're based in Australia, so they have a corporate design team that can work on the building with maybe some tone and tone.
I'm sure they've
And the
run
dark
into
colors
that
was their desire
in the
though.
past, yeah.
We understand that, but I think as that conversation, it's going to have a impact on potentially what that main channel letter sign on the building is going to end up being. Unfortunately, if we approve that today, then it doesn't matter what the paint color is, so.
I could say the font's probably gray, the.
Size is fine.
Yes.
Lazy
you know,
Size is
the-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the.
White is good?
Probably.
White
Yeah,
letters
probably.
are big.
Right, probably.
Because I think black would probably belong up there before it would belong anyway, so it should be okay.
Can I get a motion to continue the wall mounted sign, or would you like to withdraw?
Whatever's easy. Yeah.
So moved.
All right, motion to
I'll second
continue,
it.
second Mr. Hubbard, all in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? So moved.
So my question would be for the next submittal that has the paint and the sign for the building, would that be under that combo section?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have some signs for next meeting too, so
And
I
they
guess
need to
it'll be
reach out.
disjointed.
To the HOA about the whole.
Okay, we got approval for that. Got it in writing from the market comment.
We'll discuss it.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
great.
All right, Monkey Lala Minerals. Lala Minerals.
That's my daughter.
Oh, hey. Lala, Mr. John.
Your name for the record?
Anthony Wilson?
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
What do we have here?
Well, this is my wife's business. That's the exact same sign that was with the mailed it, and our contractor kind of told us it was already approved because he dropped the ball with submitting the forms. She spoke to Darius. It's the exact same sign with just a different logo on the top of it. It's not lit. It's the same size. That's about it.
It's just where's it going?
It's-
Right there.
Oh, it's the blade sign. I think
It's
it's
the
I
exact
think
same
so.
sign from the previous company.
All right, motion Mr. Jerem, second Mr. Edens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you very much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate your time.
Remax. Your name for the record?
Oh, Matt, sorry.
And, Mr. Edens has to recuse himself. Fine. Guess I can sign this now that I'm the chairman. Name for the record?
Joe Matt, yes.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I'm just going to ask this question, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be. When we saw this sign a while back, we asked if there was going to be any lighting, and we were told no. Daytime business, so what's the reason for the lighting? Is my first question.
Was it Remax?
I thought it
Yeah,
was.
it was the most recent revision.
They're trying to, they have clients come in the evening and there's no lighting on the building. And it's very dark. And they just want to light up their sign and kind of have a little overflow to the parking.
And are those planned to be mounted to the concrete?
No, there's nothing around. Showing here.
But they're complete solar?
Yeah. They have no electricity. The owner doesn't want to spend the money and the Remax doesn't want to help them spend the money either. So they want to try the solar light.
How big is the solar panel?
That's right there.
Right,
It's
the
12. It's about like that. 12 by 12. And it's going to be placed here. They've got plantings, but it's just like a spotlight kind of thing. Just so.
I mean, I don't mind the solar if you had it as a remote head to where that panel could be placed somewhere else and not just two of them in that bed.
It's one on each side.
Yeah, well, that makes two in the bed, one on each side, kind of, I mean, it's gonna take up quite a bit of the planting area, there's not a lot of shrubs to help hide it, I mean, it's gonna be highly visible and really look like an afterthought at the end of the day, but
I mean, planting wise could be changed to hide the, if you're worried about the post.
There's a mailbox in the bed already that's black. I'll offer that up.
Again, it's an afterthought if there's no question about it. Anything, I agree, you did ask the sign company last time, you brought that point up too. I mean, it's a hit or miss. I mean, at the end of the day, business could have gone out there and stuck that and we would never know. I mean, sorry to say it that way, you know that, I know that being a solar panel, so, I mean, I'd put a motion to approve. I mean, at the end of the day, if you had them bring the in wire and you just won't see a solar panel, you'll see the post and the lights. And we would have approved that. At least they're green. That's the best way of saying it.
are they green or black?
No, as in green, as in
Energy?
energy
Energy
efficient.
What happens when that sign blocks the solar
Yeah,
panel?
and hopefully those shrubs grow enough that, you know, it covers a bit of that post and, I mean, you don't want to cover the solar panel, of course, but, you know,
Okay.
Well, I'll say.
I'll make that
All
motion.
right, motion, Mr. Jerem, second, Mr. Hubbard, in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 2-2. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done.
Rooted and Radiant Wellness Collective. There are some names.
Hello.
For the record,
Amanda Owens.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do. So we want to put a building mounted sign right by the front door. It is 24 by 28 inches, a 1.5 inch wood sideboard with aluminum facing, and then vinyl graphics in sunflower yellow, black, and gold. And then we want to affix our individual business names underneath with stainless steel chain, and then just affix it right by the front door.
What's your backing on that?
Wood. It's a wood
And then
signboard, yeah.
aluminum on top of that.
And then we wanted to affix it with brick stickers to the brick porch wall.
So your graphic there is cut out of aluminum.
Yes.
The reason I'm asking is the proposed graphic almost looks like it's like a gold backer panel and.
No, it's wood and then the white aluminum, and then the, that gold is vinyl.
I like the design.
Would you mind if the
Yeah.
individual panels were the same width as the top one, just to, it looks like it on the left, but on the right, it looks like they're just a
It
little
looks
narrow.
like
They're a little skinnier. They're 20 inches. The sign is 24.
They
And
the
then,
same width?
I cannot ask.
I think it'd be just sort of a better composition.
Yeah. Okay.
The wider part's not on
Yeah.
top,
Okay,
that's all.
okay.
I think it's a great design
is.
for what's
Yeah.
kind of like a hybrid residential kind of scale, commercial building. I think
Okay,
it's a
so just
beautiful-
the individual plaques need to be 24 inches
Same width,
instead of
yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be a motion, please.
Motion, Mr. Nezra. Or a second? Second, Mr. Jumper. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda.
Who's signed, please?
For the record?
Jason.
Veronica?
Oh,
Am I saying that right? I didn't take Spanish in school.
The J's and H's kind of sort of sound.
Your name for the record? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Can you pronounce the name?
You started out the right way. You did swear to tell the truth.
Sorry.
For the board, the right-hand picture is the most up-to-date visual of the building.
There was a cloud box there that was in very, very bad shape.
Appreciate you going to the channel letters. I assume it's on the raceway, correct?
The raceway matches the background, I mean, the upper building.
Yes, sir.
So, what, is there a solution proposed for the discoloration there? Are you going to paint it?
I'm going to attempt to match the paint that's surface there, but the problem is the paint there has been there quite some
It's
time.
definitely gonna be a problem. Can we at least assume that you can paint it all the way to the end of that unit?
What was it gonna be? the
Center of
blue?
that brick.
Center of that brick column?
Yes.
So I would go center
I
of the
would
left
go
brick
all the way
column
to
to
the
the
end.
very end on
Yeah,
the
to
right.
very end on the right. Is that okay?
And it's gonna be the blue, right?
No, the gray.
The gray,
The gray.
okay.
And then the only
It's not even gray, it's
beef I have is the phone number.
Bronze.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion with that.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Is there a motion?
There's not a motion yet.
Well, I'll make a motion to paint them from center column all the way to the end.
Okay, and approve the sign?
Yeah,
Are you fine with the phone number on the freestanding sign?
sorry. No.
No, not
With
really.
the elimination of the phone
Yeah.
on the freestanding sign, yes.
Okay, I'll second that.
All right. So the motion, you understand that? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning Star Academy.
For the board, this item and the next item is actually all technically one item. They run under different entities, why they wanted it separated.
I don't see the applicant. Motion to continue, if they're not here. You all don't want to take that, do you?
Cool.
I think we should talk about it.
If you want, I'll send my motion.
Well, what I was gonna add in
Talk about
context
it, we'll review it.
Correct.
is they're gonna have to come back before y'all for landscaping on the property because of the change of use. So you're gonna see this property again for parking lot landscaping, but they're only here for signage.
Oh, wait, that's brought up to code. is what you're saying.
Yes,
But
sir.
for the sake of them not having to come back a third time for this and this, I wouldn't mind reviewing it as well.
For me, I don't think I think these logos, all of them, provide an opportunity to eliminate that white backer panel and use the color of the building as the backdrop. Once again, I don't mind it being out of aluminum. If you kind of do it on a half-inch post, raise off the building, a little drop shadow effect to it. But to stick a white round panel up there on a multi-million-dollar purchase that this just went through, I think is,
But the one with the star, you're still thinking to leave the white
I
behind?
think all that white can come out. I mean, there's enough meat there in the design that could be routed out and be held together out of aluminum or steel panel and paint it and mount it on the building.
Stand it up.
Yeah, but with it stood off, I think it would look good.
The building's light enough to where the background panel is not necessary. If this was a different color, I understand, but I agree completely. I don't think any of the white there, barring the tree, is necessary whatsoever. And I think, like you said, there are elements there that could be even further exaggerated dimensionally to really make this pop off. But I'd be happy with just on posts on the building without the background.
I'll make a motion to continue construction academy too.
Second?
That's the second, right?
Yeah, I mean, they both
Okay.
showed this.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't like it, you can deny it.
I hate for them to come back a second time with this, knowing what we think about it.
Well, we can
Go back
deny
to
them
third.
as presented, so staff can convey the
That's
comments that we
probably
just made
more
to them.
appropriate.
And that way they can come back with a revised design.
I'll take my,
So let's take the Morning Star first.
So I'll make a motion to deny 604A5.
All right. Is there a second? Second, Mr. Jerem. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, and then the South Carolina Construction Academy,
Ditto.
ditto.
Yes, second.
60485 by Mr. Hubbard, second, Mr. Edens. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, Captain Benjamin's withdrawn. Eagles Beachwear.
How did you get on that, Tommy?
Yeah, I was typing, thank you.
Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Good to see all your smiling faces.
Your name for the record?
Ron Kim,
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
certainly do.
All right.
three total signs y'all were reviewing on this.
I want to make a correction here first on here. On your paperwork, you have the letters at 42 inches. I'm sorry, 3 foot 2 inches, but this is 5 feet from here to here, it's 4 feet just from here to here. This logo is 42 inches. The letters themselves are only 24 inches.
We just put the whole sign area, not the breakdown.
Okay.
The agenda would be long if we broke it
All
up.
right, yeah, I didn't want you to think we're putting 42-inch letters up there, that's all. This is a HDU routed dimensional equal, just like what we have on the other stores. And this is a 1/4-inch black Cinnabon backer, central backer with LED channel letters.
How is that floodlight underneath the eagle going to be?
I'm sorry?
Mounted and stand out? How far off the building is that
floodlight.
The letters are just 3 inches.
No, the floodlight.
Oh, the floodlight. It's just coming out, it's just a 15 watt, it's only coming out about 10 inches.
Why do you, question, why do you have it off-center from the entrance doors? Is it to get the traffic through 7th Avenue?
Right, actually the center's here, but if I move it here, you got the palm tree, you just don't see it. When you're coming from the other direction, you don't see it at all.
Just to make sure, we're talking 3 sides, Ocean Boulevard, 7th Avenue.
Correct, it's on a corner, and you got the parking lot on one side, and then you have the oceanfront side.
If I remember correctly.
See, if I do this right over the door, it's right behind the tree.
If I remember correctly, the last applicant in this building,
Beach side.
on the beach side, we limited it to a blade
Yeah, we
sign.
did.
Correct.
Because we did not want all of the channel letters along the back facing the ocean.
Yes.
The only thing I would remind the board is, they all have entrances from the beach, steps and entrances and the canopy, all exposed from the beach. And the very next building to the north of it, every one of them stores have channel letters for their businesses facing the ocean front. You see the little blade sign that they have right now, you don't even see it. It's perpendicular to the beach to begin with, and it's so small, no sense even having it. But they do have a main entrance from the beach.
I think the discussion at the time was not just blade signs, but it was possibly HDU routed signs or sandblasted signs, something that's a little more organic and more fitting in
That
a
was-
beach.
I mean, does that
rather
floodlight
than-
even meet the turtle requirements if they're on the beach side?
Pointing towards
As long as it's toward the building, I guess.
It's in the amusement district.
Upwash on buildings have to meet the turtle requirements.
the A district very high.
Yes.
I mean, if they were talking about turtle requirements with the 9th Avenue signage or lighting, and that's on the other side and blocked by all the buildings, I mean, but, that's here.
And we kept the size down to a minimum also, instead of expanding it.
So you see, I think what you're saying is on the ocean, the prior applicant, the signage that they were proposing on the band, on the ocean side, in addition to, we had some hesitation about populating it all, that particular sign, design,
Yes.
had no real merit to it as well.
Well, I mean,
So-
it also interfered with the architectural details of
Right,
the
it was just
building.
covering up everything, whereas this will let some of that read through.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood. Ron, does it need to be the same size?
I'm sorry?
Does it need to be the same size?
I'd like to keep it the same size, proportionally with the facade.
Same
It
condition.
looks good, and it's just a 3-inch depth on the channel letter.
How big is the, Matthew, would you be able to look up that Sunset Market, how big we did that signage? Because I don't think it's this big as it even appears. I might be wrong, but I didn't think it was this big.
And Ron, you said these are 24-inch letters.
Yes.
I mean, even on that last one, if I remember correctly, it ended up at a blade sign, but we
Yeah.
were even talking about just kind of like a hand blade sign.
Sandblasted.
It's still even sandblasted, it's still facing
Facing
the
out.
ocean.
Faces
Because
out.
one of our concerns was as these businesses change over, especially on the ocean side,
Yes.
there's going to be so many holes in that building
Agreed.
over time. I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
now
they
this one
chose-
here will be a raceway,
Right.
a custom raceway, not those big box raceways.
the raceway to hold it up with no fasteners,
Right, yes. Yeah, just the,
he's got that magic raceway.
That's 22 inches of blade, okay. 22, okay.
Yeah, we had discussed, Ron, the potential for a blade sign that did face the beach for them. They chose to rotate it perpendicularly, which of course we're okay with.
Right now, this is perpendicular, but you just, it is so small, you really don't even see it.
But for
And with the way the building looks and with the way the facade has been designed, I think this design, even on the other stores, as long as you limited it to this size, you're not gonna have that. Like, you don't want it longer on the next one and bigger and taller.
So
If they're all limited to this size, I think it'll look good on the building.
So you're doing 3 at this size, exactly the same?
Yes, sir.
Ron, you understand, we've got to be consistent with each building. Now, from
Right.
building to building, there can be changes, there's mitigating circumstances, right? So what might have been okay on one building might not be okay on this one, right?
The residential tones that this building has
Right.
does demand
It's a
something
different-
different.
it is-
Like a 2x10 on each one of the stores. I think it'd look attractive for the overall building facade.
Yeah, once that space is set up, there's gonna be no doubting what it is.
I'd like to separate, I'd like to make a motion to separate the side and ocean front into one category and I'm sorry, the side and Ocean Boulevard side into one and ocean front sign to a different conversation, please.
I'll second that.
All right, motion is split the ocean front side from the rest of the application by Mr. Menezes, second Mr. Hubbard. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved.
Motion to approve the North Ocean sign and the side sign as presented.
Motion, Boulevard, but make it a motion, I'm just in discussion.
Is there a
North
second?
Ocean Boulevard and 7th Avenue.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, discussion?
I just think, is there the necessity to have on the book side a
Yes.
10-foot or almost
I
12-foot sign?
Yeah.
I mean, and then the other side sign is offset from the center, and you're hitting corner to corner.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and my only rationale behind being okay with it is northbound traffic does get a giant access to a facade that is otherwise unbranded. And I do think it's appropriate for that reason only, especially since they occupy front to back. If they were partial there, I would say maybe not, but since they occupy the entire frontage of 7th Avenue, I'm okay with it, more so than any other situation.
And simply because it is a corner
Yeah.
like that, I agree. And the sign's not overly large.
12 feet, I mean, that's
Well,
pretty,
the letters are 24.
yeah.
It has a logo.
Yeah, but
Well,
then,
you
by
got-
the time that thing is lit, it's gonna be bright. I mean, if you think about it, and, I mean, what we've seen out there, it's gonna be out there. I mean, we did that with the Ocean Escape, the name, and they wanted those bright letters up
Yeah.
there, and
It's true.
we saw that 3 times before we approved the signage on that building.
And Eagles
And we're
Red,
coming back with this Eagles Red, I
Red.
just think we're,
it's bright.
I mean, shooting ourselves, but that's just my thoughts.
I think there is an important distinction between the overtly residential portion of the building, which is on the high end, and the commercial side. And again, this is the only sign possible on this side. I'm either way. I'm okay either way. It's definitely worth the discussion, even though there's really not another one that's gonna be, but.
I think the other one, the ocean, whatever it was, the problem we were having there is it was at the very top of the building.
Agreed.
It was, yeah.
So they
Yeah,
were
but
really
this-
taking a residential building and commercializing it at the top.
Agreed, it is on the top. It is, I think personally, my opinion, is less distinctive where you're at the bottom
Agreed.
at eyesight level,
Yeah.
and it is gonna pop even more.
It is. I
Well,
agree.
once again, I'm just kind of making my own comment that I usually make. In a pedestrian corridor, do you need 2-foot tall letters?
May I have a suggestion? From 2-foot letters, we take it to 20-inch letters. 42-inch logo, we take it to 36 inches.
On
Just
every-
make it over
On every
smaller.
side,
Stay within that 10-feet frame
Two signs.
on the 2 sides.
That's what the solution is.
on the
That's
ocean
right.
front side.
Oh, that's right. This-
I would be happy to amend my motion to reflect that, if that helps.
I agree, second. still.
Oh, this is your motion, actually.
No, I seconded
And this is still with the floodlight, or the LED light?
I mean, hey, Matt just looked up, they're like 75-foot candles.
This is 50.
which is,
It is the A district. That logo needs to be, or
We gave-
that work needs to be lit up. It's a
We
nice
gave you some consideration also for the lights for the apartments on the top, to keep that to a minimum.
Yes, those are the only two.
yeah, that's all we're talking about. All right,
They've essentially reduced it.
any further discussion?
Are we amending?
Yes, he
Worst-
amended the
Amended the
motion
motion
to
to-
take the letters to 20 inches and the bird to
36.
36
On both sides?
on 7th and
On
Ocean
Ocean
Boulevard.
side, yeah.
Before we do final, can we just see the sunset sign on the Ocean Boulevard side? Because I thought we put that above the canopy. I may be wrong. See,
Yeah, that's where that's at
That's-
now.
That's because.
It's at the far end, down the Ocean Boulevard side, it's at the far left.
That architectural awning
Yeah,
there is.
yeah.
it kind of sat on top of that.
See, the area of the building where their signage is
Yes.
going was intended for signage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, right here where that other one is.
I got a picture of it.
I think I'm okay there.
That's on the beach side areas.
That's on the beach side right there.
It's on Ocean.
I mean, the other side, yeah.
Not inspired.
Okay.
All right, any more discussion? All in favor of the revised motion?
Aye.
Show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, opposed? Motion carries.
And we opposed it?
Yeah.
Mr. McCoy, Mr.
Edens.
Jerome, and Edens.
All right, so oceanfront side?
Smaller size.
I think you need to investigate a blade sign there.
Or a hanging sign,
A hanging sign, I say
sandblasted?
blade, but something that hangs below. There's a lot of room around above
Right.
the door there that's kind of blank, and it's sort of, it'd be much more consistent with how we set the tone for that side of this particular building.
I think so too.
With a blade sign hanging down facing the ocean would be
Yes.
appropriate.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
I'll redesign that and send it to you.
Okay.
Do
You
that
want to
again.
withdraw your.
In the meantime, I'll get started with the front and the
So
side.
you want to withdraw the oceanfront side, or would you like a motion of denial?
I'm sorry.
Would you like withdraw the oceanfront side? or
I
would
don't
you-
really want to. I think what we got going downside is pretty good. I do want it to look, you do want them to be able to see it, the sign,
Well, we can give you a denial that you can take back to your client for the ocean side then.
but I don't like the word denial.
Well, then, how about withdrawal?
Yeah, we'll withdraw that part of the sign and submit it on the next one.
Second.
Okay,
Second.
so you're withdrawing.
Yes.
Withdraw.
All right,
See, still got smiling faces.
all right, now room service, still under oath.
Room service, typical of the surrounding signs, it's a reverse slit channel letter, it's an HDU 2-inch letter, offset about an inch. And then just to let people know what they are, with the antiques and the art, the oddities in the home, it's just vinyl on the glass, a gold vinyl.
I like it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I will say from a consistency standpoint with some of the others, we've usually limited it to like one or panel on each side of the door, not all the way across. But I do like it.
Yeah, I do like it. And you kind of explain, room service doesn't really tell you what.
Right, and that's why we
Not
wanted
only
to
that,
put
the
the
menu
identity.
board items are quite unique in themselves. They're not.
And all the other ones, all of those are
Fries,
reverse slit.
Well, I think
Well, these are well done, they're well
it's
done.
very tasteful. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I like
Yeah, I
it.
agree.
Didn't I start off by saying I like
You
that?
did.
Like that.
Motion to the right.
I was just informing the board of our past motions for consistency purposes.
Thank you. Thank you, right.
You're ashamed, you have to keep track of all
They're
this.
second.
All right, is there a motion?
Motion and second.
Motion, Mr. Eden, second, Ms. Booth. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
So moved. Oh, Mr. Jeremy
Better
votes.
than that.
He's consistent.
He is consistent.
All right, Dragon Breath.
Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Ron.
Judge.
Hey, Ron.
Good to see you. Thanks. See you, bro.
I hope you know what you're in for.
Ooh.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
The applicant also has the next item, Dragonberry, and they're actually pretty much the same unit. If you want to, you can maybe look at it both.
Yeah. Okay.
Both Dragon Breath and Wax Hands, you mean?
Yes, sir.
They're essentially the same unit.
All right, what are you proposing here?
These are like letter channels, individual. So instead of the old sign, I'm gonna have the light up signs.
And it is on a white backer.
No, it's yellow.
Well, I'm just asking the way
The
it's shown.
panel,
Oh, you mean the panel?
we
Yeah.
don't have the panel.
No, what?
That's an actual.
They're individual
It's
channels.
on, yeah,
The
well,
individual.
Clarity on this, that's an awning or is that the wall? It's yellow.
That's
The wall?
that's the wall, that's
This one
yellow.
is the wall,
okay.
Okay.
the yellow paper.
It really looks like, we'll give everybody context.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like now.
Okay.
So they're small like that?
How tall are these letters?
Dragon Breath is
30 inches?
16 inches.
16 inch, that says 25.
Pretty sure that's.
No, this is just a show, but my proposal is 16 inches.
So what's
Yeah,
shown
they
is not,
fixed
is
it.
not in proportion
So
to.
16 inch tall.
Yeah, 16 inches.
Okay.
And how are these controlled to give that multicolored effect?
It's just by the remote, you know, they just, I mean, they have the same sign, like the same motion on Ripley's signs.
At Ripley's?
I mean, they changed the color on Ripley's.
They didn't tell us that.
They didn't tell us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was kind of,
So this is a day-night vinyl allowing the LEDs to show through, basically, because it's black when it's turned off.
Yeah, it's gonna be black.
It's essentially day-night vinyl with LEDs.
Changing color.
Matt, can you go to the picture of the building again that you were just at, where it kind of shows the context of it? Yeah.
okay.
I don't know how you fit 16-inch letters over there, but.
This over here is like 4 inches.
It's what?
Yeah, yes, 40.
40?
That's less than 3 foot, for sure.
I can't see it being 40.
Yeah, that's a 3-foot panel you're under,
No, I'm talking about the wall right
Well,
here, from
that's
here
the wall
to
was
here.
87.
Well, it's hidden right here,
Oh,
there's
okay,
like
we're seeing the
upper,
canopy.
Oh, I got it.
The awning over it is taken away from the wall.
I see.
All right, I'm gonna just say this. This is the amusement district. It is consistent with the lighting package that city council approved. I don't think we would allow this type of sign anywhere else
No,
in the city.
no.
I think the canopy overhang on this building, providing some coverage of this sign helps.
Yes,
Mm.
it's in shadow,
Yeah, that's true. The
Tree.
shadow.
and there's a tree.
It's the tree, the shadow.
Mr. Chairman, you're pulling strings. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
well,
really,
yeah.
you're really for pulling
Yeah,
strings, but I just think it's not great. I mean, I think it's too large. It's a pedestrian, predominantly pedestrian area, even though it's amusement district. I think we've seen this or something else similar to this recently, or last year, if I'm not mistaken. It's pushing the limits. It's way pushing the limits.
It is.
For context, do we know what these other signs along here?
Most of the signs are based on the awning, and then they have,
Yeah.
Blade.
yeah,
Blades.
some hanging
Blades,
signs
porta
that
blades,
are not
yeah.
for clearance.
And you have a running board right below it that says Dragon Breath, but it can be used for anything else. I mean, again, and then you have the hands right next door. I'm not sure what the context of the structure of that building is.
We're gonna look at that next.
Yeah, well, we can put it together, like you
Yeah.
said, so it
Which it needs to be.
needs to be.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's almost like touching each other. I mean, those signs, it seems like,
Pretty close.
as large as they're showing the dimensions and everything here.
I don't know how those signs are 16 inches tall
I
when they're
don't
showing it as 16 foot wide.
Yeah.
See, I don't either.
It says 25 inches.
I wish they were shown appropriate
In scale.
in scale, yes.
You said something was updated with dimensions?
No, they submitted an application with updated dimensions.
But no rendering.
But
No
the
render.
doesn't have it,
Right.
Well, I guess I'm gonna, while we're talking about it, it's not really a question for the applicant, but I do want to point out or cause emphasis on something that Chairman McCoy mentioned, that there is new information now regarding the character of this district that has not been present before.
Yeah, great.
And that, I think we need to take that into consideration in this very narrow view of this particular area of the city.
I would like to know how tall officially
Yeah.
the adjacent or the existing letters are,
So
or the
would I.
existing sign.
Right.
So we can kind of
Gauge it.
gauge
Yeah.
what this
Yes.
size is in proportion to what's there. I
We
think
do, we need that.
the sign that's on the existing building proportionately works, but I don't know or have a high confidence of the size of this sign in relation to the existing.
Can I point this out, sir? Like this one's over here, it's not 9 inches tall.
There we go.
Those
Okay.
are 9,
Yeah.
okay, that gives
Nine
us some help there, okay.
So you're
And
doubling it.
with the context that if Ripley's has changing letters and we allow it here, and every Mr. Fry's New York Pizza across the street does it, is that the character that we want that area to have with the new lighting system that's gonna be potentially installed?
And to respect to the information that we have out there, we still don't have a
We
full
don't.
understanding of
No,
what
we
is
don't.
coming.
No, we don't.
There is an elaborate budget accompanying that
Yes.
proposal,
There
and
is.
it may be done in such a way that really mitigates the characterness of, overt lighting, where this is really
Minute.
sort of, it's
Yeah.
near comical in order.
Is it really flashy?
Really
Yeah.
flashy, and it's not really, I don't know, what else would help as well is, I'd love to see the construction of this, the LED types, the
Yeah.
brightness, the depth of the letters, are these the ones
Yeah, I
that
had a
are,
question of how that actually all
just-
fits together.
where's the construction of these signs? I think that we're gonna have to get more information.
There could be that this sign and the rendering that's there is just showing all the colors the LED could, but each individual letter is only one color,
Which-
as opposed to getting that gradient effect.
No, I mean, you can change the colors, like if you want like a solid color, it can be solid. If you want colorful, it can be colorful.
It doesn't blink though, does it?
It's motion.
Yeah, it's like 100 different motions you can pick.
It's motion.
We've done quite a bit of work recently on LED lights coming in, not necessarily for signage, but for LED lights, looking at the brightness, looking at the lumens, looking at the construction and how they project light out. And we haven't done that so much with signage because it's
Yes, sir.
pretty standard, typical when it's one color, but when it's like this,
Need to understand
I
it a
think
little
we need to
bit
understand it
Yeah,
a
we
little bit
do.
better.
This is gonna be on Ocean Boulevard, where all the families,
Yes,
like,
sir.
like you say, so it's gonna fit the crowd, definitely. I mean, I can show you videos how they look like.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion to continue, please?
You can. Is there a second?
I'll go second.
Second, Mr. Jerem. More discussion?
Yeah, I just want to point out that we're not saying no, right? We're asking for a continuation. The reason why we're asking for a continuation, just want to drive home the point that you need to provide more information to us to make this a reasonable consideration. We need details on the actual letters.
You could give a
the
video
lumens
link
of
to
the-
staff that they could
Yeah,
show us and how these
right,
letters
exactly.
operate, a couple things like that, once again.
Perhaps even display all the
And-
rendering in the correct
And then the
proportions and
rendering
sizes.
itself, the drawing that you're presenting is not correct, right? It shows one height, you're asking for another height.
I believe
We
I
need
sent,
to see it.
I sent you the correct,
Those are the exact
these are the ones I sent.
Yeah, so we just want to, we're going to take a step back, and in light of, the fact that there is a $500,000 lighting package going into this area that presumably can be colorful,
Yes, sir.
and presumably the community wants this, right? We just want to make sure we're making a coordinated decision here, so. And I'm sure that the quality of the lights that are being used is of a very high commercial quality. And that's the other aspect we want to make sure here as well.
Have you purchased these lights, or, I mean?
No, I'm just waiting for the approval, so.
We appreciate your help in this matter.
Sure. Sure.
All right, so, all in favor of the motion to continue?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Just do the same thing on the next application with wax hands.
Yeah, we want to see these together when the time
Yeah.
comes. I will say that it seems to me that the wax hands design approach is too starkly different
Yeah.
than this
Right.
one. And I'm not saying that we want this colorful either, but it's just real simple. And maybe that's what you're after.
Oh, I mean, this is the light without the light. What
Okay.
I mean is the background is gonna black
Okay,
when you turn it off.
I got you, okay.
Yes.
So it'll be white at
So the
night?
other one is the same as this
Colorful
one.
at night.
basically.
Oh, colorful, oh, same
Yes.
thing, okay, it's
Yes.
just not being depicted.
This
Okay.
is all.
Same as the dragon.
Okay, okay.
Is the font different than the?
The same
Same
font.
Okay.
It just looks a little.
The other one is lit up, so it looks different.
One looks,
But the same.
looks more bold, but it's the same font.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so when you bring them both back, I think probably smaller and the same height as
I
each other
believe so,
would be.
yeah.
So Chairman, Mr. Chairman, you need a motion to continue?
Yes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Booth. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right. If you work with staff, get them some more information on this.
Sure, I will, thank you.
And
Thank you.
you probably will have to do another application for the next meeting as well, so
Sure.
make
You
sure you
have
don't
to
miss
submit
that.
everything
I
to
got it.
Mr. Darius by the 23rd,
Yes, no
everything
problem.
that's mentioned
Sure,
here.
I got you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Show the aesthetics and wellness,
By the night, yeah.
Mike,
Oh, the 9th,
Tonight.
Monday.
sorry.
Your name for the record?
Beckerman?
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Jerem, second, Ms. Booth. Sorry, didn't hear you.
Either one.
Either one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great presentation, thank you very much. We appreciate those.
Yes.
You're still on the road, I guess.
YMCA still on the road?
Yes. Yeah, simple window graphics for their Broadway location that just opened for the Mission Advancement Center.
How big is that regard in comparison to what the SGA was? Looks a little taller? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, no, it is. I do not have an exact measurement of that SGA, I'm not gonna lie. But the windows are only about 21 inches wide.
So you're almost edge to edge.
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
I will ask, because they kind of asked last minute, if a light blue option is okay. I didn't know if it would be or not, because they're
Where,
thinking about doing
the
white.
entire
lines.
thing?
Yeah.
Light blue instead of white?
I don't think
Yes.
you'll see it.
Any
I don't
particular
think so.
reason? Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't feel like it
I
was.
think it'll disappear, especially if it's somewhat dark inside.
I agree.
Yeah,
Because they were talking
either
about
way.
maybe installing blinds, but I still think you'd see the white better when you walk up to it,
Absolutely.
so. Okay, yeah, all right.
Motion to stand.
All right. Motion by Mr. Eden, a second. Mr. Jumper, all in favor? Any opposed?
It's the address above that door.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
529A.
Yeah.
It shows up better in the existing photo than the proposed.
Yeah.
Which is why the light blue would completely disappear.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Broadway MV Convenience Store. Next door. You're living off these cloud signs, aren't you?
I'm trying to.
Name for the record.
Chris Patrick.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do. Pretty much the same as the one beside it. I switched it around a little bit from the store that was beside it because they had Broadway with the script. They wanted to do it again that way, but I didn't want to have Broadway.
Right,
And
right.
it looked identical, so I kind of switched it
Is
around.
that the meat store?
The other one was, what the other pizza? The other was the pizza place.
Pizza place was next.
Oh, the pizza.
Yeah, Broadway Pizza.
And nothing on that door applies, right?
I don't have anything to do with anything on doors, I'm just a designer.
That was from the last
That's
business.
the
Yeah,
last
I
business.
think that
Okay.
So all of those fronts have been painted white now?
They've not been painted, no.
That's what it looks like.
The brown, it's the brown.
The brown.
They come to 10.
It gets washed out in the Google Street image. I think the sun was probably hitting it as he drove
Yeah.
by. But at least you can say that the signage is consistent in this strip.
That's true.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Jerem, second, Mr. Edens. All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. All right, and still under oath for Gustico Latino Meat Market.
Yeah, this sign here, we've been after to get something decent on for years now. This is channel letter cloud.
Are they gonna be lit?
They are gonna be lit.
And the cloud is lit.
The cloud's lit.
It's really quite nice.
Can we get rid of the horizontal lines in the Latino market? That's just kind of chopping it.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
That's no problem.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion with the removal of the horizontal bars in the cloud.
Yeah.
All right, that was Mr. Benazir, second, Mr. Edens. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. 2 more pages.
I'm not sure why
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
pizza.
has come to the beach, but Bigfoot is here with bears and everything else. It's basically here, just changing the vinyl out on the.
I think it's just hard to read, but I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, mark on this too.
That's nice. Are you doing any revamping to the channel letters or just the line?
Just gonna kind of go over them and make sure they're working right.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion, Mr. Benazir, second, Mr. Hubbard. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Anchor Mortgage.
Me too, I guess. Yeah, that's what it looks like now. They're gonna do some upgrading on the paint and stuff on the building. They showed this was what they will do. That's you, thank God.
Look, I'm here.
So trim black,
Oh,
all
yeah,
white.
that's what you're.
Yeah.
Oh, your name for the record?
Shayla.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Yep, that's alabaster and charcoal black.
We've seen it.
Noah Glower?
We've seen it.
They have a sale on all of that.
I guess.
I think that looks a lot better
Great.
then.
I'm like, I was thinking you'd be begging us to change it.
Yes, it's more charcoal. than it is.
It's got a little red undertone to it when the sunlight hits it.
Yeah, it does look like that.
All right, any issues with the signs?
No.
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Mr. Edens,
Second.
second, Mr. Jerem. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's Bubbies, Boobies.
Bubbies.
I don't think it's a second.
Bubbies. Bubbies.
Bubbies.
Pronounce that, sounded.
Bubbies.
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 Bubbies. Name for the
How we
record?
doing, guys?
Good.
How's it going?
How do you say this?
Buddies.
Bubbies.
Bubbies.
Well, it wasn't second.
You have to slow it down a little. Buddies.
That's great.
You guys
You guys know where it came from?
I do
Yeah,
not.
who's Bubby?
Me.
You Bubby? Bubby?
My grandkids call me Buddy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
Okay.
hey, I'm rolling with it.
Your name for the record?
Jay Dellinger.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I'll try.
Who's Bubby?
Jay Dellinger, the Buddy.
It's Bubby.
Yeah, okay, I'm the owner at 2100 North Kings Highway, previous to Jimmy John's. I'm just asking to redo that awning. I mean, same lettering.
Are you replacing the fabric?
I'm not changing, I'm leaving it black. I'm gonna take the red, no, I'm not changing the fabric. Can't afford it.
What are you gonna do with the red?
The red's going away. I'm gonna change it to black, make it all black. I reckon on this thing it says that I have, on this computer, it says 13 square feet. I'm gonna try to use all I had. I had 14. I had 14 and a half square feet originally. Can I do that?
What you're saying is you needed, it could be a
Well,
little
I
bit
had,
larger.
originally it was 14 and a half square feet. And Wyatt did, and Jesse did this from Southern Sun, but the existing,
Dimensions of 18 by 9
existing,
foot.
the 16 is 14 and a half.
Yeah, I like pizza salads more, I mean,
It's right here.
work out an extra half foot.
I mean, if I can, I'm gonna take all I can get.
Who's gonna do the painting repair on the awning? I'm a little concerned about that.
The challenge with the awning, I'm just gonna tell you, is
Yeah.
the black tends to fade
Yes.
everywhere except for where there was previous vinyl on there. So when you pull the Jimmy Johns and the red off, it is gonna be much darker and still gonna read Jimmy Johns.
What are you saying?
So usually when we talk about black awnings, there is a fabric paint that can be used to paint the entire awning to get it back to color.
That's what I was
And
told.
then the vinyl can be.
That's what I was told, and that will be, it won't be. I'm not gonna leave it when you see Jimmy John, I promise you. All right, so we'll do what we have to do to make it look right.
What's the plan for painting the building? Are you removing the sign next door, painting around it? How's that gonna go?
Removing what now?
This sign, you're painting behind it as well?
Coffee shop?
So he wants to know,
I'm painting I'm painting everything here, everything.
Jay, he's wanting to know, are you gonna take the 17 and Beans sign off the building to paint and then put it, reinstall it, or are you just gonna try to paint around it?
I'm gonna try to paint around it if I can.
It's on the raceway.
And again, I'm not gonna paint this, you know, is this on a black band here maybe? I'd like to do a black band on there if I could.
Divide the property?
Yeah, just to make it, give it a little division there.
I see the
If you approve that.
Well, I think it works out the way.
Share it. Do you have a sign?
And then is the back hitting painted as well?
Yeah, that was my question.
Well, I reckon I paint the whole building.
Yeah, because it looks pretty rough.
We'll do it. I mean, we'll get it done.
I think it needs to
We'll do
paint
the
the entire
back.
canopy so it's a consistent color on the front.
Yep.
I got another question.
And then paint the back of the building. Next
On
question.
the front again, if I choose to do this. You got a problem if I paint the frames black?
I highly recommend you do not paint storefront.
That's what I've heard, huh?
It'll chip right off.
Yeah, it should come off.
Chip
I
off
don't
in
think
lines.
do not trust the Sherwin-Williams rep that they've got to paint
No, it
storefront.
won't do it.
Does not last.
It'll come right off.
It looks good.
But it'll come right off.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it would look great.
It would look good, but it would not last.
It will not last.
I've done it.
Okay,
I try to talk our team out of it every single time we do it, and it is a maintenance nightmare.
The electrostatic successful,
One
it's
more
not a
quick
cheap
question.
One
Okay.
more question.
You see it says piece of salads and more. If I change more to subs, is that a problem? If I decide to?
Can you take a stab at how big that is? How tall are those letters, pizza salads and more?
Probably 6 inches.
Oh my gosh, they're not much.
4
I mean,
inches.
It is kind of long.
I really don't know. I can find out, but
From the street.
they're not much. I mean,
It is.
The
I
reason
like
I'm asking
I like
for
to
the
make
sake,
them bigger if I could.
for the sake of consistency, we don't really like to allow what we consider menu boards, where you basically define your menu on the sign.
Right.
And the more kind of, restricts it a little bit.
But what is
At least it
barbecue?
tells you what it's about, and that's it.
Yeah. You have to have something that
Being
says.
small like that, I don't think it's a problem.
I think it's fine. I mean, you've got it next door with the ice cream and coffee, and
That's
that's
true.
Like I said,
necessary.
small like that, it's not a big problem.
Okay.
Do y'all want the black band, vertical black band between the two buildings?
Like 6
The
inch?
only problem is
6
gonna be execution on this.
I don't think it's
No,
necessary.
not between the two. I was gonna just.
No, not there at the very
Put
end.
that in the
Very, very end, between me and the beachwear store.
Yeah, right there.
I don't think you need it.
I don't think you need it.
either, because my eye goes to the vertical
Yeah.
there, where the roof drops down.
Yeah, agreed.
You say what now?
If you do it between the beachwear store and the blue and the white, that creating that line wants me to make a line also in where the roof line drops down
Yeah.
to frame the whole space.
Agreed.
Otherwise, it doesn't,
Yeah, it's not needed.
it's not needed.
And Jay, the building provides a different elevation.
You've
going
got a
forward.
depth, yeah.
Yeah, because the two faces are different depths.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a
You said
motion.
you like it's not required?
I don't think it's
I
required.
don't think you need it.
No, I don't think you need
All
it.
right.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve by painting the total awning, redo the total awning with the right kind of paint and
Black?
black, and repaint the whole building the alabaster. back, front, side.
And I'm painting my diamonds black the way it says there.
Yeah,
yes,
Everything like
that's
that.
As shown, just include the back wall.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, is there a second? I'll second. Second, Mr. Jumper. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Y'all enjoy your day.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks, man.
Love
See
it.
you,
See you,
Bubby.
Bubby.
Take care, guys. All right.
The Palms at Oak Street.
Trace. Yeah, sure.
All right, names for the record.
Greg Duckworth, Environmental Concepts.
Y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. Trace Bagwell with Schaumburg Development.
I couldn't hear earlier, sorry.
That's okay.
This product looks like it's very similar to what's next door, to a certain degree.
Yeah, yeah. The apartments.
Is it hardy siding, vinyl siding?
It is hard.
Okay. Can you show a street view real quick of the buildings next to it? Please.
No,
It's all lit.
the string section.
I'm not sure. I wasn't here.
Can we see this on the last?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, we've just gone through and basically changed some of the landscaping
Yeah.
that was requested. Got some
Anything else change
samples.
there?
No,
There was a shift of the building that's on the left side of the site plan back away from the right of way, because that was one of the comments, is you
Yeah.
wanted to see a little bit of articulation.
Right.
Okay.
So we
And then-
shifted it back.
and we've added to the plans the fencing and some fencing around some of the HVAC units, those kind of things. Those were the comments that were made last time, so.
Thank you for listening. A motion by Mr. Edens, is there a second?
I'll do a second.
Second, Mr. Benezro. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. McNeil residence.
Hello, everyone.
Your name for the record?
Kevin Sirike.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
This is revisions to landscaping.
Yes, it is.
And as I understand it, this is mainly due because you've got geothermal tanks underground that are causing the landscape plan to be impacted?
We do, we've got, and I think we even provided you we provided you where the wells were located and the loop lines.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of that information before, so.
That's probably my fault, I
It's
should have
okay,
pointed that
it's
out.
okay.
We don't deal with geothermal heating much around here.
No, we
No,
don't,
really
not at
don't.
all. Motion to approve.
Motion, Mr. Edens, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Benezro, all in favor? Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Till the next time.
48th Avenue
Great.
North Office Building.
Cameron Parker with Development Resource Group.
Will be listed as the owner on this too?
Yes, sir.
That's falsifying the application. We're gonna have to continue to the next meeting.
All right.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. 6 months has passed. We're bringing this up again for recertification. Nothing has changed, so we ask the board for your reconsideration.
I think the only thing that I caught that we might have missed last time is the dumpster enclosure.
Okay?
Needs to be a material similar to the building and not the city standard shadow box fence.
White brick.
White brick would be good.
Yes,
You love it?
yes.
We'll do
Love
it.
it.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Motion to approve with that change.
Thank you.
All right, motion, Mr. Edens, is there a second? Second, Mr. Jumper. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oleander Business Center. Name for the record?
Nick Peters, Tree Design City Board.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
This is the old one?
No.
No.
This is the revised.
No.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Right up and not. This is the latest rendition of the Oleander Office Park. The client and the architect went back to the drawing board, took your comments, and added a couple items that were in question.
I have spoken to the applicant several times about this. Some of what's driving this is the long linear building on the side is being designed specific use for that applicant. They have a very standard interior floor plan that is driving this. I think that when you drive.
I've driven by there just to see, to get a sense of what's visible, what's not, and really the location of it is, you know, it's not so much that it's extremely visible from what we call priority thoroughways or corridors. This is more independent, almost a pocket of office buildings and things like that. And I think in this area, it's acceptable.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Sorry. What is the reason for the shutters? Is that to break it up?
Yes.
That was requested by the board, and that was something that we.
Sorry, just curious.
So that long linear side was one of the challenges we had. They also, one of the things that was done previously from the last one is that roof line was actually lower, the windows were higher, so there was actually no trim details or anything between the roofs and the windows. It was very tight.
We also added some dormers along that roof line to help break up the square footage of that roof along that side.
And then the rear of this property, they have enhanced the landscape buffer pretty substantially, kind of along the pond to help hide this, and screen this as well. There are other buildings in the Oleander Business Park area that has a similar feature that I think we all kind of have the heartburn with.
Yeah.
So, once again, kind of, if you think about this as a district in the city.
It is essentially.
It kind of fits with where it
Yeah,
is.
and I guess I'm just trying to, because when, this is the building that kind of stuck out at me as I looked through, and then we look at the parapet part, and then the massive all in the white and the black roofs, and then the reasoning for the shuttering. And I'm just trying to wrap my head completely around and then the landscaping as it grows up into the shutters and how that's gonna all.
The shutters doesn't really matter to me, it's a give or take on the side. I don't think they're technically needed, it was just more trying to, applicant was asking what can we do to break this up. That is something that we have traditionally used in the past.
To me, it architecture doesn't fit the building, because to me, the building is a little slightly more contemporary than you put a Bahama shutter on it, and it's like, oh, okay, we stuck these on here as like an eyebrow.
I'm sure they would love to save the money.
Yeah, I'm sure that would.
I mean, just in looking at it from a fresh perspective, I'm thinking, why is that on there?
And one thing that also I think it somewhat hinders the appearance of this 3D rendering is that the landscape, the foundation landscape as well as the perimeter buffers aren't shown on this 3D rendering. And you know, you give these plants a couple years to grow. I don't even think that the side will be visible.
That's what I began to look at, is some of the larger
it's
trees, and, you know, the basal area, the trees. To me, it's not needed.
I think it's come
Quite
a ways from the first one. It is nowhere near what the original concept was, which we all understand that process. But,
Well, it's good that the applicant worked with the board. I missed the last meeting, where it looks like you did do some work. I'll make a motion to approve this submittal with the removal of the shutters along that long side elevation.
If they choose to
I think
have
they
a problem
need,
with
I
it.
think they need to come.
I think they need to come off.
Yeah, I don't think it's here.
Let's just, I get where you were trying to work with the applicant. It was something that was sort of easily communicated. Now that you see it, you don't love it.
yes. All right, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Booth. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Is that all the Bahama shutters?
Just
the
on
one
that
side?
long side
One
there.
side. Okay.
It's not the longer building side.
Actually, you can take them off the other side.
Yeah, I don't know, there's a reason for them at all. I think they all need to go.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Would you like to amend your motion?
Yeah, all shutters gone.
Make it now,
All in favor? Of all shutters gone?
Aye.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is from,
Codina Townhome?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm with 8,000 Windows. First time here, a little nervous, but
Hold on, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right.
So we have a townhouse in the middle. So this is unit 10, unit 11, unit 12. For this unit in the middle, the only thing we do is replace the siding. And why we're here is because we would like to change the color from gray to blue and Laguna blue, this color. And we got permission from both of the neighbors. And also in the community, you can see that other units, that's the approval. And then you can see in the community, this is unit 1, 2, 3, that they already have different colored.
Yeah, we did those a while back.
Yes.
Right.
So we just want your approval for the color change if possible. We're not doing anything crazy, just a blue.
Motion to approve.
Second.
With the white break.
Yeah, well, we
We were
did do
doing
that.
Yeah, we
Yes, the
do
break.
do a
We
white
did do
break.
the trim.
In between,
Trim
yes.
in between.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right, that's a motion. Mr. Eden, second was Ms. Booth. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
thank you so much.
No reason to be nervous.
Come back and see us again.
Thank you.
Revolution Mortgage. Name for the record.
Will McCourt with the lead exteriors.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Looks like the old font from the Revolution's nightclub is right.
Wow.
I have nothing to do with the sign.
That's where they got it.
Blast from the past.
It is. Yeah, wow.
Sorry, to give you guys a
Same
lot of
sign that was
photos of
at,
the existing building,
44
just to show off
Magnolia.
different facades.
That might even come off that building.
If you can, the images can go bigger. Click on it. Do you swear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, speak to you. What you want to do?
Our client Revolution Mortgage is moving into this office. For the exterior, they're requesting that we paint the stucco cladding that's existing, that's currently white, black, the tricorner black. And to the right of the first facade where the sign is, you'll see the horizontal lap siding. That's existing wood siding that's actually rotting. They're requesting that we go back with James Hardy fiber cement shiplap siding to keep that consistent look. That would be painted it's hard to describe, it's called Misty from Sherwin-Williams, but it's like a light blue-gray, very subtle, not like the coastal teal up there on the normal logo. They're also requesting that we remove the middle window unit. Those are old original plate glass windows that are sitting in wood frames that are pretty much rotted out. So we would remove center window that's existing. It would match the building to the right. No change in dimensions as far as height or anything else. We'd be going back with impact resistant windows, low E, and then just the hardy siding to infill that area. Under the walkway or entryway area, this light blue, is similar to that right there with lap siding. That would be painted as well, and fiber cement trim.
Are you doing lap or are you doing shiplap?
A shiplap, sorry.
Okay.
It's all shiplap, just to keep that consistent look that's already on the building.
It's a great example of using color in a way that's enhances the architecture.
It does, very done.
Motion
Very good.
motion to approve.
Motion, Mr. Hubbard, is there a second?
The sign is not part of this, right?
Sorry,
This sign has been approved already,
it is not.
and there would be
Second.
repairs.
Second, Mr. Jerem. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Flamingo Grill,
Good afternoon.
for the record,
Steve Taylor.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do. So we are gradually making some changes at Flamingo, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with Flamingo Grill, and we are looking to change the exterior color as proposed there, as shown.
And Steve, you're going to go all the way around the building?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's different.
Please tell me you're not changing the signage in the future.
No, and I brought, this color's so popular, I couldn't get any bigger chips in this. I brought you the.
New salesman.
Yeah. No, we're gonna,
Alabaster salesman's
Yeah.
we're gonna remove the, neon when they paint, because it's been up there for 40 years, so, and then put it back up so that we don't damage the neon, so.
You're not worried about damaging the neon, taking it up and down? I mean,
6'1", half dozen, the painter that is worried about breaking it, and the sign guy says he can take it down in a couple hours and put it up in a half day, and he works on it all the time, so I'm going with the sign guy.
I remember originally when this building was designed, it actually was supposed to be a lighter color, and I think it was actually stucco. So it's kind of, looks more familiar than what it was supposed to be.
Steve, I do have a quick question. The renderings seem to indicate sort of very light grayish kind of color, right? And alabaster is pretty
white.
White, it is.
In reality.
It's bright.
Do you like the rendering image here, or do you think they did not get it white enough for what you were going for?
Yeah.
I think that color is what we're going for, the alabaster.
That more white, creamy feel, Steve?
And one of the reasons is there is a lot of this brownish brick around it, we feel like, and these, even though they're represented kind of as black, that's because of the tint, but most of the trim around there is a bronze color, so I felt like a creamier white was better than a really bright white, so I don't.
Is alabaster going to get
I don't know, that's awfully bright.
It's too white.
It's gonna be too white. To me, when I look at that building now, it almost looks like a swanky diner because of the neon with the white. In keeping with that corner and that space, I'd like to see it a little warmer, darker, not necessarily a dark color, but something that's got some warmth to it besides that alabaster. On that corner, it just kind of stick out.
It'd be too much.
It's good, yeah.
Too much, too bright.
I have to say, the substrate that you're painting makes a big impact on the paint itself.
Well, the texture of the brick, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is really brown is going to warm up the alabaster.
Yeah.
If you do something any darker brown, that's like a shoji, for example, you go to,
No, I think
it's
it's
going to
too
be
brown.
way too brown. And I do think that this is a very iconic building, and you've managed to preserve that even with this massive color change. I mean, it's very significant. I think it looks great.
I think if you were painting a smooth stucco, it would be
It would be
too
very
much.
hard to render what it's going to be, but I trust.
Because I like the rendering.
Yeah, I like the rendering seems warmer, and having used the alabaster thousands of times, it comes across very white, especially in the sunlight.
So you may want to
Even
adjust a
with the
little
brick
bit.
and the shadow lines?
Well, I think what our goal, or what our plan was really was to start in the back of the building and test it first.
that's a good
idea.
Yeah, I think it's a great
I think if it was like
stark white,
we would probably tone it down. I mean, I don't know if that means we've got to come back here again, but we don't want it to be stark white. We chose kind of a warm
I
white.
think that maybe we could add a condition to a motion that in order to achieve what has been rendered here, if you have to adjust alabaster to a different shade, we would be okay with it.
Can I get Susie to come by and just check on
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely.
I would just tell you that since we bought Flamingo, your recommendation is taken just as change the bread, get rid of the green beans, and change the potatoes and everything else. I love it. You're not hurting my feelings.
I love it.
we love what you're trying to achieve here. I'm just concerned about that might
I
not
understand.
work.
I guess I'm trying to, in the back of my mind, keeping that nostalgia of what it is without it being so garish and so bright in the light.
Yeah. I would.
Man, I'm fine with a couple of shades to
Yeah,
help
absolutely.
tone it down if it
Yeah,
does.
absolutely, yeah.
Because once again, from a staff standpoint, they're gonna take the alabaster out there and they're gonna hold it up, and I guarantee you, even if you painted alabaster on that building, it's not gonna match the paint chip.
No, it's
So
not.
if he's gotta
But
tone
my
it a
fear
little
is
bit.
just knowing the different shades that are slightly darker than this. You're either going to go to a more greenish, like a Greenville, or you're going to end up with a lot more brown towards the shoji, and neither one is going to work
No,
out.
Soji's too
You have to kind of
tan.
depend on that back substrate to darken this up a bit, and I think it'll work out just fine.
Yeah, I think
But
the
again, I'd like
rendering
to
just
allow you
well.
the latitude to adjust as needed to achieve what's rendered here. And I'll make that my motion, please.
I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good.
There's a color called Sea
Second,
Pearl.
Mr.
I'll
Hubbard.
send it to you.
Okay.
Motion, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Motion is Mr. Benesra. Second, Mr. Hubbard. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
It's nice to see the changes,
Thank you.
Steve.
All right,
It really
thank you.
is.
Looks good.
All right, Richardson Office Building. It's got the same typical dumpster enclosure detail. See if I get a letter? I don't know, I don't see it.
I don't get half of it. You don't approach them, they don't come up.
Because it doesn't reference the dumpster enclosure, it's just for the building. Name for the record?
Glenn Allen.
You else, Ann?
Satora Cave.
You else swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Mhm.
And I understand this was for conceptual last time, correct? And there was there comments?
The comments.
Pretty well accepted. Once again, I think the only comment here would be the dumpster enclosure. Again,
Yes.
Yes, we've updated the dumpster enclosure. Basically, it'd be a 8-inch CMU sort of U shape. This is not the correct detail on that though. It should be on the site plan on sheet A 0.0, I believe.
so regular, kind of like that, just straight square dumpster enclosure.
Yeah, and this is actually the civil site, not the architectural site. There should be an architectural site plan that has the actual details of it, but the idea is we're just basically wrapping an 8-inch CMU. That it'll be exposed on the interior of that. We'll paint it to match the brick, wrapping the exterior in brick. But we'd still like to do the white vinyl enclosure at the front.
Okay.
And that's honestly, I mean, aside from like minimal revisions to the layout,
What a pedestrian entrance.
it's still.
High traffic. Traffic with dumpster enclosure.
Oh, this is just,
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I had two different ones.
Oh, okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Jerem, second, Mr. Edens.
Over the column, on the back page.
that's right, yeah. So the board did suggest investigating an option of potentially adding columns to the rear, making it a more substantial porch. After budgetary considerations and communication with the clients, we would really like to just do the bracketed awning as
I
we.
think we were okay with it in general, it was just a consideration.
Yep. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, guys.
Edith, Mayor Jerome and Edith.
All right. New morning. Oh, wait, this was the other one I had to recuse myself from. I knew there was another one.
Mr. McCoy's gonna be recusing himself, he works for the landlord. You're still under oath, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically the T-Bones over on 26th and 17, new owners want to put in a new morning breakfast restaurant. We basically are trying to give this building a proper facelift, sort of push it into a more modern direction. We're going to basically remove all the brick off the siding. We're going to basically reframe the arched openings to more orthogonal, rectangular. Primarily just a hardy lap siding with a large exposure. Hardy architectural panels for these flat pieces with some trim banding in between. Probably out of aluminum or PVC, but primarily to paint this Arctic white with the blue roof and the existing windows up here. We're going to reframe those to, again, kind of just primarily update this building, give it a facelift that I think it deserves.
It's brightening the building up tremendous.
Yeah,
From the
it-
dark.
yeah.
Start.
It really does.
And I've always liked that building, and it's never really stood out enough. I think this really brings it out front.
I think the color of the roof is grounding of all that.
I appreciate that. And so as far as the landscape goes, all the colored plants are all new, proposed. We're basically going to
remove all the existing planting that's there with the intention of planting these in their place. All the other plants around the site, we intend on investigating each plant as it sits, and if it's viable, still alive, we're gonna prune them, get them back to, decent appearance. Anything that's dead, we're gonna replace with the same species. I think the only other addition to the building is the current covered waiting outdoor space there. We're looking to enclose that using the same style of infill glass.
So that glass under the cover would move forward, is what you're saying?
Let's see, that occurs here.
Okay.
So right now, that's just sort of a side porch.
That helps a lot. It does.
Did you say you're removing all of the landscaping?
Around the building.
Just around the building.
That perimeter, that parking lot has some great landscaping around it.
That's all
The
gonna
perimeter's in place, he's just removing the building.
So they can
Place
get
it.
in.
Yeah.
Build all
Good.
this, yeah.
Yep.
And the renderings are pretty accurate in terms of the style of plants that you'll see around the building.
Okay. I think this is a lot of building to bring in one shot for an exceptional final, but I think you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
It's a really
Absolutely.
beautiful appeal.
Well,
It's
thank
really
you.
nice.
I didn't work alone on this one, so thank you.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
In reference to the landscape, what you represent in the renderings and what the plant list says is, there might be a few issues. The majestic palm, they're not viable here and it won't live.
I got you.
Of course, plumbago is, I use it as an annual, but it can be a perennial, but you'll never find it in 7-gallon. All those would be 3s. For the majestic palm, you could use maybe a European fan palm if you wanted to do some as a specimen. The lavender, I have a real problem. I've tried to grow lavender here, and it's very, I think you should try it. You'd only use it 7. Again, you could probably only get that in a 1-gallon. Lantana, again, only in a 3-gallon or 1. But a lot of these things are perennials, so they will be brown in the winter.
I got you.
If that's what is intended.
Well, I mean, truth be told, I was working in coordination with another team, and I tried my best with the landscape plan, having very, very limited knowledge of plants and all that as well.
Well, no, it's interesting, but you've indicated maybe some ornamental grasses in the renderings, which I think would work really well with the building, how you've changed it and the lightness of the colors. So I think maybe I would like for you to work, maybe separate this out of the rest of the equation and maybe work a little bit more on that with staff in reference to the landscape.
You can leave it in and we can do
Okay,
some
all right,
substitutes.
then we'll leave it. Okay.
Just provide us a list, Jeff.
I will. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so we'll leave it in. I make a motion to approve and let staff work with you in reference to some types of plants and some sizes. Okay.
Motion by Mr. Edens, is there a second?
I'll second. Give me a hard time.
Second, Mr. Benesra. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion approved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
There you go, Mr. McCoy, you're right back.
Yeah, beautiful building.
Thank you very much.
He's looking for food.
Go there for lunch. Go there for
A donut.
lunch once a week. It was T-bone. Every time I drive in, I'm like, this is such a waste of a building.
I
It's
know.
a really beautiful building. It disappears.
And they didn't take care of it and started going downhill.
Liven it up.
It is.
Call a bastard.
I was looking for that.
It's like the color of the year right now.
The police sales is on vacation. All right, what we here, what is this, 1593 American Way? All right, name for the record.
Jessica Wise with DRG.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. So we're coming before you today for approval on additional plant material. This is an existing site on 3rd Avenue South. It has had nothing in it for a couple months, so we've worked with staff to update the plant material. We've removed 2 parking spaces to install some shrubs and trees. We're adding more palms up front. We're adding a bit of foundation landscape, replacing the landscape around the existing signage. and providing 7-gallon shrubs as a buffer against the adjacent property. Previously approved was a fence that's going to enclose the property. It goes from the building right here to the back side right here. And then there's a place for a dumpster enclosure, but the actual vertical part of the dumpster enclosure has long been gone. So our client would like to just use the city's standard detail to rebuild that in the back behind the fence.
Did we have the slats in that fence? Or is that an aluminum
I
fence?
do not know. I think it's a chain link.
It's cyclone.
The previously approved one.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's-
Oh, that's
That's
what
what the
the
dumpster,
dumpster.
yeah. I didn't do the fence. That was the fence company that came in for the owner, so I'm not sure. But the adjacent property is the towing company, and they do have a fence all the way down that does have screening on it.
What's
In reference to your plant material,
I think it's fine.
enough to.
It's just knowing that, hey, during the day that gate might be open, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. I just couldn't remember what we approved on that fence.
It's really bad for.
Do you have, if you have the overall aerial, I've got some existing conditions pictures in there.
Is the fence in?
No.
Yeah, okay.
chain link, yeah.
I think it's still fine for that area.
I mean, you could have slabs just in that front area, but again, if the gate's open, the gate's open.
Yeah.
Okay, your landscaping, I think you indicated to differ as far as on talus, but just use blue Pacific shore juniper there, so it'll be good for the people to be able to easily step out of the cars and next to the medians.
Okay, I have mondo grass and dwarf mat rush grass. There wasn't any.
In the medians? I thought
Uh,
you said junipers.
Oh, no. In the medians, there's the loropetalum, the small. In
Okay.
the
Oh, okay.
parking lot.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking of a different one, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, up here we have, I believe
Now,
it's all
you did
bedroom.
use the dwarf loropetalum, right, in the medians?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Good.
And I upsized the trees for you.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion, Mr. Jerem.
Second.
Second, Ms. Booth. More discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got me for the next one, too.
Not me, though.
Toys may be recusing himself again. Still under oath, so go ahead.
All right, so for this project, this is the Broadway Grand Prix, and we're looking to, do you have this here, perhaps?
I think you just,
Okay, I can use this. So the project site is right up in here. So this is where the big pendulum ride used to be. And so what they're doing is they're removing this ride right here, this track, and they're taking that structure and moving it over here. And then we're using this area to extend the black and white, so the paving pattern all the way across so that you can get better pedestrian flow, better pedestrian access around that existing putt-putt. And then we're providing some open-air shelters in the back, the material which will match all of the existing shelters. Okay, I can use this one. So this is that back area where the pendulum ride used to be. And so this right here is this existing structure that they're removing and putting over there with a new little kiddie track. These 5 shelters up here are the pre-engineered metal, which I think is the next page. Yep. So these are the Patriot Red roof color, and then the Galvalume as the trim and the vertical structures. So there's 5 of those that are the 28 by 31 size on the back.
What are they used for?
So shelter. So they want to make this area like where you can gather, where if large groups come out, you can have picnics, put picnic tables underneath.
Okay.
So out here in the front, they're gonna have artificial turf. And then the centrals can be used, like if you have an event out there, or you have a bunch of different school groups or something, maybe each group is in a shelter, and maybe like the event that whatever's happening is kind of under this central shelter. So those are the pre-engineered metal buildings, and then there's also a restrooms building, which is, I believe, the next sheet. So this is an actual built structure, and then it has the siding material, which I had a physical sample. It's a little rough, but
It's over there in the box.
okay.
This is pretty much tucked away in the back corner of the property.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
very
So-
not visible at all.
Yep,
So,
it's about like 450 feet
Yeah,
from bypass, so it's on the very back side, and again, all the colors and all the materials that are being proposed match everything that's already out there.
You're not really even gonna see it.
You ain't never gonna see it.
No,
Unless you're really, really looking at it.
Oh, well, Charles will,
Are you
yeah.
still doing that one toe and whatever? Angle yourself.
Yep, so this is the bright red, so the roof and the galvan for the siding for the restrooms building. We are adding a little bit of landscape. We are also adding, in the back side, you go back to the, yep. So up here, that existing fence, we're just tying it back in to match existing. Yeah, I mean, basically just trying to create a place where people can gather, provide a little shade, and complete the walkway that goes all the way around. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for the applicant?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Hubbard, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Jumper seconded. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion approved. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
What's the Jordan? I know, it's
Well,
a,
it's green
does
light.
that
Should've
pop,
just said
yeah.
Conceptuals from here on out, correct?
Yep,
All right,
Safety.
Flag Street.
Save the best for last.
And 15 and 16 are kind of tied together a lot.
Yep.
So, what y'all,
Look at them together.
15?
Yeah, we're fine with that.
They're in the presentation, kind of together.
And we believe it's important for them to be seen together because this project is gonna be, done, somewhat simultaneously.
All right, names for the record.
Miller Design, Tom Miller, Miller Design Services.
Penny Bowling, Century 21 Bowling.
And y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. So this is actually a continuation of discussions we've had before. And as a matter of fact, adjacent to this property is is one of the properties that has been previously approved and is under construction right now. What I wanted to do as part of this conceptual is just to get the dialogue going amongst the board, because we understood everything that was occurring before in terms of how we wanted to address this. The reason why Penny is up here is because we relied on some of her expertise too, to make sure, because I know it's in the charter of the Community Appearance Board, to make sure that, property values are maintained, that we're not doing anything to hurt the value of the property around it. I wanted to mention up front, and you're well aware, but it's worth repeating, that this is an MUH district in the DRC, the Downtown Redevelopment Commission. And I want to remind the board, not that you need the reminder, that the DRC has been given some additional ordinance language that allows for actually more attractive and intense development of a property in order to encourage people to come into this area and develop. As you know, there's a lot of vacant properties around there, a lot of old dilapidated properties, including hotels and that sort of thing. We have a developer who has seen an opportunity here to develop in this property a product that he thinks is very solid, and that our job as architect is to make sure that we examine the ordinance, we get the highest and best use that we can for the product that he's looking for, and then of course we have to be compatible or simpatico with what the board feels. Just by way of explanation, this is lot 1, this is the property that's already under construction. These lots
2, and 3 are what we're presenting, and what you'll see in the image, you'll actually see some of this too. But we wanted to point out, and I know it's a part of the board, that it would be helpful if these things acted more like a resort and not individual homes. You will see in the development of this property that we've got connection from lot 1 to 3, and there's now a pool amenity, there's some storage and sort of maintenance structure that we've got here to serve this property. But essentially our task is we are problem solvers to see how we can, how many units we can do to make this thing happen to the benefit of the developer, but we know we have the architectural responsibility. I also want to point out, again, remember we're MUH, is that the sum total of this project, the density is 17 units per acre. So it's not, even though there are no restrictions to the density in here, we're sort of acting like one of the zones that allows for up to 20 units per acre. Okay, so we don't think that we've abused the ordinance in the sense that we've overpopulated this development. And what I'd like to do, again, with the background of this, is if I can, if you allow me, let me run you through images of the entire resort, and then certainly ask questions, but I wanted to get sort of get the board's understanding in total of what this project is in the view of the design and the property itself. So again, this is just a rendered view of the same. Matt has shown the isolation, because this is 2 projects of 3 and 2. This is the one that's already under construction. So if we want to just like scroll through this, and by the way, just let me point out, this is Mayor's parking deck right here. And Mayor was kind enough to give me the full set of drawings so that I could accurately put it into the modeling so that we understood scale here, because scale is important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so this is his parking lot. I'm sure you'd like to have more cars on the top deck, but it's empty here. But this is the pool amenity that, again, we're connecting, either by drive, we're connecting to here. I'm violating my own rule, Matt. I said I want everybody to look through it, but I almost want to explain some of this too.
I'll go off what you say.
It's not only connected with cars, but there's also interior landscape paths so that everybody in this group, there's 24 total, are allowed to move back and forth and get to the amenity area. I'm sorry, so yeah, just flip through there. So this, go ahead. That's our amenity area. So the backdrop of the parking deck. Again, this is lot 3, the one that's closer. And then, yeah, some more views.
You want your video?
Yeah, go ahead and show the one video. It's but because we like to do this just so that you get a sense of space and moving around. Sometimes the static images don't say it all. So so that's lot 3, and that's the lot that's closest to the parking deck. So if it's possible, let's go ahead and run through the lot 2, which had the same, yeah. And remember this, I'm sorry, go through it, go through it, I'm sorry. That's the corner. The little pocket park, again, this is that pedestrian connector. And then I think we have a motion one too. This is when you're on the corner of 6th and Flag. So this is from that corner. So this is our product, and just to let you know, there are 16 variants of this same house. So there is some repetition because there's 24 total units, but basically you can, especially even on Flag and 6, there is no replication of the units when it comes to it. I always use the Seth McCoy standard of, can you find your place when you're drunk, walking back to the place and not wind up going into somebody else's property. And then this is a good overhead view. Again, we've got this landscape connectivity that allows for people here that are on a dead-end street to still be able to get to the pool area. And we think this is is a winner, again, working off of the suggestions of CAB, that this becomes more of a community thing and not an isolated group of 8 or 16 spaces. So we worked pretty hard. A couple of things I want to point out. Again, we're borrowing from designs that we've done on 7th and on 6th. You'll remember on 7th we wanted to have sort of a frontage view because 7th was going to be now a gateway road. And so if you remember back there, we talked about some areas of brick that we're putting the the wire trellises with the climbing jasmine, something to give it a little bit more pedestrian feel as you walk down that sidewalk. And let me point out that this is on a road that has parallel parking, and across from that, diagonal from it, there's a lot of pay-for parking, including on the other side of the parking deck. So I know that and I can appreciate the concern of off-site. If it gets too busy and there's people trying to park in the neighborhood, which there essentially is no neighborhood, there you go, that we have the spaces to accommodate it. And we've also tried to incorporate within our project areas that are considered non-compliant because they're end-to-end with another parking space where we would like to park. I mean, we're as concerned as you are as to not having intrusive off-site parking, and I think this solves it.
Mr. Miller, you're saying that parallel parking along Flag Street?
Yes.
Is that correct? Is y'all are putting?
It's
on y'all's property.
Yes, that's right. But and right now it's 90-degree parking.
Yeah.
But we've worked with staff to say, because of the whole buffer requirements that we have along the street. 2-lane street, it has to have the landscaping, it has to have the sidewalk on it. They allowed us to reconfigure this and still have the 6-foot sidewalk and the 7-foot total. So yes, it's on our property, but it's not our. I mean, you guys will still be. It'll still be your revenue source.
A portion of that is hybrid parking, though, I thought.
Because
I know I used to pay a lease on that. That's why I say that.
All of these are metered parking spaces.
Yeah, they are right now, but back when there was a hotel there, it used to be hybrid spots because I used to pay a hybrid.
Well, I'd love to have the advantage of it, but it's not necessary.
But that would
to us,
go
and
away
it's a benefit
anyway
to the city.
if a new
That's right.
development.
Yeah, we couldn't have used it anyway.
Here's a survey if you want to see the survey.
Yeah, so there's a number that's close to your building, and then along here and around this corner, we've kind of cleaned it up, made it a little bit more residential, not quite packing. But again, across from here, I mean, there's pay for parking here, and then of course on the other side.
Well, the other side is a
building.
hotel and it's their parking, but it's a little next block over. But yes, that's correct. Yes.
So
Can we go back to the? That's a good example. It's not lushed out in green, but the parallel parking versus the 90-degree parking, and I know that's something we're working with the city on, is so much better. It creates an actual sense of a community in this area.
And I think it's a proven fact, and you would know this, Jim, that parallel parking promotes slope car traffic.
Yes, that's correct.
As opposed to 90, and it's a safer way to get out than it is 90 onto a traveling road. So.
A few less cars, but much better spaces. Yeah. The other thing I want to point out here is that and this is a good example, the interwoven green space that you're depicting here and how your guests will be able to move through the project internally, right, and tie to the amenities, I think goes a very long way of accomplishing what the board's concerns have been to create more of a sense of community, a resort sort of a feeling to it. And I would just offer that the in-between spaces are just as important, in some ways more important than the actual architecture. But I see, as you go through the renderings, the 16 varieties. Yes, there is a cohesiveness to some of the massing, but that 16 different varieties of how you're applying materials where you are in relationship to having some space between them and some green space, that's really effective. I think that it does create a lot of variety.
I want to springboard off of your comment. Go back to the one that's the over. Scroll through that. I'm sorry. It'd be on parcel 3 in the back. Go back. Okay, stop. Yeah, right there. So we intentionally turned the orientation of that building in order not to be repetitious along that side, and it creates this sort of pocket park or micro park, if you will, in this area. So it was a very intentional effect on our, since we had the benefit of moving this drive and connecting it here, it all works, in my view. I mean, it's up to you guys. Again, this is conceptual, and we love to hear the comments, but I think we've taken to heart what you're talking about, and yet at the same time, we still have the advantage of, you know, maximizing the developer's intent of putting as many units in there as it can under the ordinance requirements, and having a successful project. And again, with Penny might speak to this, that you know, we've kind of worked with her in the sense that, hey, do we have a viable product here? Is this something that is bound in this area to be a concerted improvement, but also have legs? So I'll let you speak to that if you want to.
That's afraid to do that. Mr. Miller, I'm going to head out, but I do have a suggestion. The first two houses that you have along 6, right beside the parking garage at the front, there's a dumpster, big dumpster back there.
Yeah, I think
so. I would, you know, recommend something heavy, shrubbery, plantings, whatever, because the smell is going to be there. But at least to knock out, because that's constantly rolling there day and night with the staff from the two properties.
That's an awesome comment, and I just want to add on top of that, we purposefully, our separation from your building to our building is as deep as it is anywhere on the property. We purposefully tried to pull it away from the parking
And then
deck. So
one other comment is the second house on this next row over. I mean, that, I would personally would ask to eliminate that, to make it interconnecting. Like you said, you want it sort of like a resort style or community. I know the numbers have to matter, and as a developer, and I understand that.
I've gone through
I'm
that
pretty sure you have,
yeah.
and that would be my only comment, but I'm gonna head out. But,
well, thanks, Mitch. I appreciate it.
For clarity of the board, the area you're showing as a walkway, that's actually required parking in the front.
Yeah, well, the closest two that are closest here, that's a required parking space, that is.
So this little
Right,
greenway.
this is that extra depth we were talking about to accommodate that fourth car if it comes to the thing without having to go off property.
This greenway is, even though it looks green, you equate green with walking, that's actually required parking in the park there, along here, and
Is it,
here, and here, and
is
here.
it green pavers?
It's turf block,
Turf
so
block,
it'll have the grass in between. Again,
Yeah.
that overhead, that rendered overhead view shows you,
Right.
you know, what's happening there.
Okay, yeah, I see it
You got a
now.
car here, you got plants, so.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
I think the
And they can get between the building. In other words, there's no reason to go back out on the street to get to the amenity. And probably to Mayor's point, I think we put some more of that nice smelling jasmine on the dumpster side.
Might be a good place.
I just wanted the board to know that it's just not a purpose walkway, it's actually gonna have cars on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll start with a few positive comments. I think that of all the iterations of this product, which you know I love this product personally myself, but this is probably the best architecturally finished variation of it. I like the overhangs and the little frontage there. I don't think we had them on the other ones. This looks very good. And there is enough variety in there to not be monotonous, especially with the turning of the roofs and the turning of that one building. I do think that it feels a bit congested, not that the 17 units per 1.3 acres, or the 17 per acre, or total, whatever, 24 units is a lot. I mean, you could have put 24 townhomes there and you would never notice them there, but the buildings are so massive and the amassing is so monotonous that it does present as a heavily congested area. And the only thing I was thinking about when I was sitting here is that one project on 74th and Ocean, surf something street that has all of those lined up, and it's very tight and overbearing. But I understand the development standpoint. I think this could have been much better, even without lowering the density, if the product in that front corner parcel was slightly lower massing, sort of building up to that back, and I think it would have been a little bit more, this is what keeps coming up in my head when I look at this, is just giant buildings on a tight road. But one street is somewhat bearable. A whole square of it, a whole 1.3 acres of a city block is just tough to take. So, I don't know. I mean, if there was a consideration at somehow reducing the massing congestion there. I think, like I said, that one corner parcel to have a smaller product, not necessarily in size, but just in height, could potentially get some relief and some, I don't know, I'm conflicted by the massing, I'll be honest with you. The product I love, I don't think you could have done any better with the site layout to fit as many as you could in there and to make it as enjoyable for the people visiting and to use the amenities, but it's hard to,
Let me just add a point of economics on this. The duplexes and the townhouses don't carry near the value as the single families, which is an ingredient in figuring this out.
I wasn't suggesting to them, I'm saying
Right,
there's
I
a difference between
understand.
24 townhomes and 24
You're
big
basically
buildings.
talking about right here.
I think that would have helped, but again, it's just a thought, it's not necessarily something I'm saying you need to do, but. I do like that area is developing, and I do see the need economically and you know, towards the development of the city for that area to flourish, and I do like the fact that investors are coming in and putting things there. I think it's not the original intent of this zoning or this overlay, but it's where we are, and I'm, you know, theoretically okay with it. Yeah, theoretically I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Just the heartburn is the congested massing of it, really.
For me, it's just way tight. I mean, everything just is right on top of each other. There's no green space even at the front where you pull in, typical driveways, you got a little bit of landscape and green space. This is hardscape buildings, and it just doesn't feel like it breathes. I mean, it feels like you're driving down an alleyway on the front of the houses. It's a little bit different when you got rear load houses and you're going in than kind of the front load that we're doing here. I mean, once again.
Yeah, I would add to that set though, that you gotta, in a certain way, right, if we're accepting that there's an economic case to be made for a certain density, you gotta pick your poison. So Mr. Miller has chosen for some larger swaths of green space that have circulation, interior circulation in mind, rather than parsing out a little bit of green space in front of each of the buildings.
I don't disagree, but I think what you're gonna see when this gets developed and all those AC units, or whether they're tankless water heaters on the side of the building, if they're not tank inside, if you get a propane tank because you can't get natural gas, any of these types of utilities that are gonna go on the ground beside these buildings are gonna destroy the intent of that green space.
Well, but, yeah.
There's also the other part of this conversation.
You're just not seeing that in this drawing. You're seeing the footprint of the house with none of the associated utilities to go along with it. So right now, that green space looks good in theory. But is it usable in reality?
I like the way the one house was turned, and I think you could actually turn some more. It would decrease the density, but it would add more green space.
Well, that's why it's conceptual. I'm taking this feedback, but I'm not going to push back. We're going to use it as a springboard to tell you where your concern is, and that is, first of all, you know, none of that stuff that you're talking about is going to be on street front landscaping. And we do have enough depth. You can almost see in this area, we still have enough landscaping depth to put the outdoor unit. There's not going to be any propane. This is not a propane service thing. And I think we are using the tankless water heaters in here. But what I hear you saying, and what my effort will be, is to show how we'll get past the assumption that it's going to look like a cluttered mess.
I want to make
and
sure
show you how we
your
design it to make it right.
Yes. I want to make sure your landscaping
I mean,
is
it's
preserved.
a fair assessment, and it's now up to me to show you that we can make it happen without sort of the boogeyman concern, because we haven't shown it.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you just think about all the residential neighborhoods where buildings are 15 foot apart, and then you put the AC units on there that are taking up 5 foot on each side, and you've got this 3 foot swath that you can walk. You barely fit a mower, barely fit another unit when you're time to switch it. And heaven forbid you got mean neighbors that don't want somebody stepping an inch on their property. It's just, my concern is this doesn't have a lot of room to breathe to begin with, and if you don't think about that, it's going to have absolutely no room.
Totally appreciate the comment. We'll make sure that we can, in the presentation, show you how we address that.
Yeah, because the density, because it doesn't allow enough space for the landscape to develop properly. It does, actually, grass in a lot of areas, unless you have more space than that, it's not gonna get enough sunlight.
Right.
It's the density, you know, but like I said, turning some more of those buildings, reducing the density would help a lot.
I really don't have a problem with the numbers, the density itself. The number is not driving the conversation.
By the way, Jeff, what is your experience with St. Augustine's grass? Because, I mean, it's a pretty shade tolerant
Yeah,
grass.
yeah, well, we use mostly zoysia now, but yeah, it's like St. Augustine also. And they will, initially, they will tolerate the shade, but in that type of shade, they will decline over a period of time. They'll continue to decline until you have very little.
I've had more bad experience with zoysia than I have with St. Augustine. Just because, you know, it has less of a green season, right?
Yes.
And I can tell you from personal experience, put it in my yard, next year, totally gone. And it was in shade areas, and it doesn't work well under pines, not that we have a lot of pines here, but there's a lot of conditions that zoysia is not the choice, and I've been trying to look more and more on the St. Augustine.
They both have disease problems, you just have to be aware of what to treat it for. Either one will work, but I understand what you're saying.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
Forgot what I was gonna ask now.
Okay.
Where is your drainage?
It's the, in all of these properties, it's a pipe infiltration system that runs through in other words, there'll be a catch basin at either end. It'll be graded to the catch basins, and there's a filter fabric pipe that allows for capacity. In some of our projects, and we didn't have to do it on this one, but we have on others used a chambered system underneath. But regardless, it's not a detention pond situation. It's going to be subsurface, whether the soil, which is plenty sandy soil here, it has very good capacity for exfiltration. So we don't have to go to chambers, but that's the philosophy in all of those.
Okay.
Any other comments?
What's
think
that
for
one
the
building
density-
next to the pool?
That's like for maintenance and storage, that sort of thing, like if they need to put it's not an office that's operating, this will be operated off property, it's mostly for storage, for, you know, like the chairs and the,
When you bring that
the
back,
pool.
bring that rendered if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. You actually see just a pinch of it right here. It's going to be not any kind of a dramatic building. It's in the back part of the property, but it'll be consistent with the building materials.
That's it. My
There you
biggest
go.
row with all these is not really what the intent of the mixed-use district was trying to do,
Yeah.
but it is allowed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but,
And
you
it
know,
might be
if
something
you
that needs to
don't,
be
if you
addressed in the
don't meet the
rewrite.
density hurdle, I know we all talked about density, but if you don't meet the density hurdle, it doesn't get developed. Between, you know,
Well, in this
at the end
case,
of
like I
the day.
said, we're under what the capacity is, because there is no capacity in MH. And I think it's just a fact of nature from Myrtle Beach that we're not getting third row high-rise resorts, that you might have more open space but higher products with, and now, again, DRC, remember, we're DRC, we're trying to get the nucleus of a project going. And the market will dictate how many of these things, I mean, not on this property, you know, how many 5-bedroom villas get going, because as soon as people can't rent them, they're not gonna build them. So I think there's kind of a built-in economic barriers or buffers that will keep it from just being, you know,
That was a
5-bedroom
consideration when we first talked about it, but they're being built quicker than,
Well, they're the ones that you
we can
approved
try to
for
rent
us.
them, yeah.
Can we ask Penny Bowling what you think about this type of development? How-
Well, it's surprising when you drive down and you watch to see what's happened down in that area. You've got Ford Shelley, who has developed several things, and he's hitting the ocean front right by this property. You've got several being built right now. When this developer came to town in 2012, moved to America, he bought a lot of property that I thought, who is this young man? Because he bought some really crappy sites. And all those crappy sites have changed. And as he moves forward on his development, I work with him now down at Market Common at High Market. It's my second project with him, and he's a delight. And he brought this to me, and I said, okay, let's take a look. But there's pockets of these homes going all over the beach, down in Garden City, down in Surfside, up in North Myrtle, and by these houses they're building, the big box builders, you can't get between them. You know, you can
Right.
sneeze in one house and say ka-choo in the next house,
Yeah.
okay?
I wish we
These are
had
gonna be vac-
jurisdiction over them, we would.
Yeah, these are not gonna
We
be
could change
resident,
that.
yeah, these will not be residential homes for people living full-time at this time.
Right.
When the neighborhood really changes and it gets to be a real strong residential neighborhood, it could because they're 5-bedroom homes, but right now, they're gonna be vacation rentals.
Right.
So you're gonna have 2 families come down, spend it with mom and dad and grandma and grandpa and the kids. Vacation rentals, and there's not enough 4-bedrooms or 5-bedroom homes for people to rent to do that, to come down as a family. And one thing I like about Tom is that he has outdoor space. He's got the balconies, he's got the below, he's got the walkout patio in the back. A lot of these homes have no outdoor space, and since COVID, that's been the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for 40 years down here, 42 years, so.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
That doesn't make you old, it just makes you a veteran,
That's
right? Is
right.
that the
There you
right
go.
term?
Almost a native.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, you gotta recuse yourself. You gotta tell the camera. Sit down with the name.
Is this the last one?
Yes.
You
already did it, did it again.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was in
Yes.
a coughing spell.
Oh, you were.
Thank you. I've been going together.
You can't get rid of
Am I
it.
free to go?
It's hard to do.
Free to
You're
talk?
free.
Okay. So this is our Crown Heights project, which just recently received PUD approval from the city. It's this area outlined in yellow. Well, let's put it this way. This is the area that I'm going to show you design. The PUD actually extends and captures the Chabad school, the mikveh, the corner property right here that used to be Richard's Flowers, and some of the, that's all kind of wrapped in red. The images that I'm going to show you are with in yellow, but I wanted to start out by saying this is kind of a vision come true for the Chabad folks. Rabbi Dorn is watching in the audience, of making a larger sort of a destination for the well, as far as anybody can go, but from visitors that come down that still want to maintain their kind of religious presence, see that they've got a destination that offers them things that are in line with their religious and cultural way of life. And so part of what we're doing here is developing what's kind of a combination multi-family with a very diverse amount of rental and even permanent products, and a core area that you'll see on the plan, which is really kind of the functioning nucleus of this thing that allows for people to have banquets or worship areas or visitors or that sort of thing in that previous two back. That's their existing synagogue, which has a small meeting area right now, which is a stone's throw away. In other words, it's right here is the beginning of that property that we're talking about. So they're all around 29th, and remember, in this case, we're talking about a very pedestrian-oriented culture. And so things like walking on the Sabbath and stuff like that are very important. And it's part of the planning going in here that we have kind of a dense area of development that allows people to work basically within the property limits, to go back and forth, to go to the amenities and to go to this community center that's downstairs, that's in the downstairs level of here. And we've got a bunch of different products. This is not, we do have these 5-bedroom villas, but we also have 1-bedroom villas. We have 3-bedroom townhouses. We have 3-bedroom townhouses with garage. Within the core area, there are 2-bedroom suites and 1-bedroom suites on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th level. Yeah, you can kind of see the combination. And we have some restrictions. We're working through, not restrictions, but we have limits to what we can do that's sort of ordained by the PUD, which we're working through, and we'll meet. And of course, eventually also, this is conceptual, we haven't gone into depth about landscaping, but we know essentially it's a resort, and we want that resort style landscaping. Street trees, nice specimen products. We have green areas and we have more concentrated areas. If I could, running along the top, that's 29th Avenue North. Down at the bottom, there's a connection to 27th Avenue. And I can tell you, you've already seen what's happening on here. Those are the one-bedroom villas, different than that in design, that we're doing here. And then in the future, don't know if it's near or far, we've preserved some space to be able to do more education, literally school. We don't know if we'll ever result in a gym, but they're gonna use that area for more of an education expansion, because we're limited by the number of units we can put in the PUD anyway, to put in here. And just for the board's knowledge, this is Topgolf right here. There's a deed restriction that requires us to preserve a 30-foot buffer along what is the west and south properties. So that's why you see the placement of these buildings and the roads, all that kind of start 30 feet from the property line to meet those conditions. What we wanted to do was kind of have a bypass area, so any sort of moderate, and by moderate I'm talking 25-mile-an-hour traffic, would be able to connect to these two roads. Once you enter in on the property, you're more at that 15, 12 mile an hour, and we purposefully laid out some of these roads so that we don't create drag strips. So you see, we purposefully put in this offset to slow down traffic. All of this is a garage town where between these guys are coming out of the garage or out of these parking areas onto this road, which is more of a secondary road, to make sure that what we think is by count is going to be more traffic coming in here, that only these buildings are pulling out into that space, and not a ton of these units. So we try to be really conscientious about how we do it. Some of this stuff has been driven by emergency vehicle turning radiuses and so forth. We've purposely have some very broad streets, up to 26 feet aisle length, not the minimum 22. And then, of course, you can see where these are. These are the no garage towns right here. And then this block and this block, those are the 3-bedroom towns with garage. So if I can stop talking long enough for you guys to see this, we've done the same thing we did on the last project, and I want to go through the images of this project as it's conceived.
I think this layout allows it to breathe.
It
I think
does.
the architectural design here will stand out in this part of the community. There's not a lot I can say about this project that's negative. I think you've done an excellent job here in a little bit of contrast what we were just looking at. Like these homes on the front side or the non-load side have some landscaping in front of them. It's breeze. It is a very walkable neighborhood. I think this is going to be a home run for your school.
Yeah. But go ahead and show. We got a couple of motion. Again, just to get the depth, and I appreciate it. And again, we've tried. I'll show you on the plan when we go back to there where we've inserted these amenity areas for the purpose of trying to separate the buildings.
Little pocket parks.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I'll show you. And one that shows a great example. This one that gets to it is one that shows the approach to one of these pocket parks. So this is the main entrance. We wanted it to have that sort of, I don't want to say corporate look, but it had to be not an apartment look, because all of these downstairs functions are where the group as a whole, not just from people on property, but people that are associated at any point in the Chabad property to come as a destination.
I was a little concerned about that building when I first saw it because the wings of it do very translate to a lot of the apartment type style design that we have in the community, but I think that entryway there really differentiates it from anything else.
So this is what we're talking about. We actually, in design, moved this building right here back off of there in order to create this play area off of there. And again, this is all 12-mile-an-hour traffic. We aren't particularly worried about.
Are these units being serviced by Pelicans, or are you having to have your
No,
own
we have dumpster locations. In fact, to be honest, I'd like to get another dumpster location in here just for distance purposes.
Yeah, I think there wasn't really one close to 27th that I
That's
saw.
right, exactly.
So
And I've had them in there before, but again, that 30-foot buffer, once we found out about it, kind of messed us up. But we've got, and we see we're parking in the Sandy Cooper right-of-way, or the easement, which is the best use of this property right here. So we have some dumpsters here that we might have to move there because I don't know that we can build this screen wall, but we'll just swap areas with parking in there. There's actually a service area right here with a dumpster. There's a dumpster over here, and where we'd like to do is find some place over here to get one in just for distance to the units. And there will be some on-site, maintenance and management and that sort of thing.
Yeah, is this managed as a whole community, like
It
the
is.
landscaping and
Yeah.
everything is done?
Yeah, when you go in, you got a check-in area right
Okay.
inside on the ground floor, and they'll manage it through there.
Comments from the board?
We've actually got a little bit of a rooftop
Really
gathering
nice.
space right here too.
Any suggestions?
No,
Other
I
than
think it's
maybe
great.
dumpster location?
Yeah, no. It's really nice.
We know,
Go
we'll
for it.
get one in.
Go for
Okay.
it.
We good?
Very good.
Yes, very nice.
Congratulations.
Very nice time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Jeremy for the day? or-
Yes.
I'm gonna get that.
Oh, you talking about yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Mr. Jeremy, you'll
Jeremy
let
did
me
ask
see.
for it.
Oh, he's out
Thank
there.
you.
Alright, anything from staff? Anything
I
from the board?
have a, yes, Laura?
I'm working on getting all of the volunteer gifts for the ones that.
We're doing gorgeous here, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
It's cutting up salami and tomatoes
I
and
got,
whatever.
I got held up, trust me, I would rather been there than what I was doing.
But
I'll
also,
say we see next year.
I did email out, your contact information, if you go over, look over it and tell me if it needs to be revised. Your address, phone number, because I'd like to, be able to update it, because I would, Miss Susie Dara coming on board, I wanted to make sure that, everybody had her contact information and that's about it.
Sounds good.
Anything from the board? Welcome aboard.
Good,
Thank
yes,
you.
thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your first time.
Yes, it was very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, having grown up in this area, and doing business, and my job is to make everything beautiful on the interior, it's nice to help work on the outside as well.
Good comments too.
Yeah, your experience goes across every.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Done. Turn it off.
Yes.